Roll into Bolero in Algonquin or Roselle and wake up with a story to tell. Bolero is bowling, gaming, dining, and nightlife with a twist. Score a sweet deal every day of the week and save big by checking out the daily deals online. Team up with your friends and hit the lanes by forming your own social club. Clubs offer lively competition and laid-back fun for everyone. From beginners to pros, make new friends, bowl, and hang out at a happening place. Visit Bolero.com.
Overtime. You want to work less of it, so you need your crop protection to work more of it. When you add Taparan or Last Chance Pro adjuvants from CHS, they will. Designed for maximum efficacy, Last Chance Pro improves the uptake and translocation of herbicides, while Taparan helps activate herbicides for better performance against tough-to-control weeds. Ask your local CHS retailer how Taparan and Last Chance Pro adjuvants can put your crop protection to work.
Thanks for listening to WRMN 1410. Don't forget to join us every day for our Comfort Keepers feature. Comfort Keepers is a leading provider of in-home non-medical care for seniors and other adults in need of assistance with daily activities. Again, listen daily at 7:25 a.m. for our Comfort Keepers feature. And thanks for listening.
Go out for Chinese tonight at the China House, 1900 Sycamore Road in DeKalb. Enjoy a platter for two, which includes Shanghai shrimp rolls, beef teriyaki, crab rangoon, spare ribs, as well as chicken wings and shrimp. The China House also offers all Chinese favorites, as well as sushi and hibachi, plus American food and ice cream. Try seafood, beef, chicken, sushi, and more from their most popular buffet items. Let China House tempt your taste buds. Call 815-748-0032. 6:08 on a Thursday morning. It is the 17th day of October. Good morning and welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin, as it is time for the first shift. And I'm Marky B reporting. And the first shift starts with our Pledge of Allegiance and with our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And a good Thursday morning to you from WRMN and from the Fox River Valley Media Network.
Welcome to the first shift, right here on the Voice of the Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Don't get that excited. I'm only introducing Marky B. Exactly. Featuring local news and sports, your Fox Valley forecast, and local traffic twice an hour at 15 and 45 minutes past. Timely interviews, a radio shopping show preview, milestones and memories, and born on dates of the lates and greats. Elgin Trivia, and all of your phone calls, texts, and Facebook comments as part of the staff meeting. The First Shift is the most informative, entertaining, and interactive morning show in all of the Fox River Valley and beyond.
You liar!
Well, okay. At least it makes great background noise, whether you're at work, in the car, or at home.
Whatever.
Your host, Marky B, maintains an upbeat attitude every day despite the fact that he's saddled with an overall lack of talent, a delusioned ego, and false hope for a bright future.
Loser.
Yeah, he's pretty much a loser. But at least he tries.
Loser.
Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin for The First Shift on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Loser. Loser.
11 past 6, Thursday morning. We are getting there. We are getting there. Hold on. I hear the theme song for a political talk show. There we go. There's me and no song. It's, well, except for this song, Here Comes the Sun, because that's the truth about what's going to be happening today in the Fox River Valley as we continue our nice streak of fall weather days. It got chilly. Now it's getting nicer once again. And ready to enjoy this nice day. Me, you, and our friend Brenda, who just went by the radio station. Put her on the honker's log this morning at 6:11. Friend Brenda is headed over to the hut to start a brand new day of taking on the downtown Elginites. The locals, the ones that meander around the entranceway to downtown Elgin every day. Some get on the bus, some get on the train, some sit on the sidewalk. Some stand by the bridge. Some hide behind buildings. You never know where everybody's meandering over there. It's 6:13 on a Thursday morning. Now back to the weather forecast, where we see a current temperature this morning right around the freezing mark. 32 according to the National Weather Service website that I look at every day. And the winds are calm, so no wind chill factor to worry about on this 32-degree start to the day. These temperatures are going to double today as the day moves on. We might have a little widespread frost in the area. I know my partner Larry Jones said he had some out in Huntley yesterday morning. I personally haven't seen the frost yet, but that's okay. Frost is imminent and maybe in your yard today. But not for long, because we have some sunshine coming up. We're going to be in the 60s on a Thursday. High of about 63 degrees according to this forecast. Clear skies and 39 degrees tonight. And then for your Friday, sunny. And we start to approach 70, which is where we will be for the weekend. 68 degrees your Friday high with sunshine. 39 again tomorrow night. Then for Saturday and Sunday, we'll be in the 70s. Saturday, sunny with a high of 71 degrees. Sunday, sunshine and a high in the mid-70s. Mid-70s for Sunday, which will be October the 20th. Today on October the 17th, we are currently sitting at 32, headed for a high of 63 today. It is 6:14 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube this morning if you want to stream us that way. It's WRMN Radio on YouTube. We also have this line we call the Image 360 Information Line. Brought to you by Image 360 in South Elgin. They offer bold solutions. They offer exceptional support. They are your expert source for comprehensive custom signs and graphic solutions in South Elgin. Image 360, your one source for custom signs and other visual communication solutions. Keep them in mind. If you're looking for some signage, some stickers, some window art, whatever the case may be. I think they're about to do a nice project for us here at the radio station. We look forward to that. Image 360 in South Elgin. 6:15 here at WRMN. The number for the Image 360 information line is 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. The Sultan of South Elgin has just checked into the Image 360 information line himself this morning, saying, "Good morning, Mark, and the WRMN shifters. All shifters matter in the eyes of the captain." And a good morning from Sultan of South Elgin, who says, "Y'all make it a perky and peaceful Thursday." If not perky, at least peaceful. That's what we're hoping for around here. Let's see. If you want to send a picture, maybe you did something last night that you can send. Or maybe you saw something in the Fox River Valley, maybe a spotted accident or a fire or an item at the grocery store that's on the wrong shelf and it's bothering you. Someone laid it down because they didn't want to go back to get it, to put it where they got it from. It's laying there and you have to let somebody know. We'll take a picture of it and send it to our Image 360 information line. Let us know what grocery store that occurred at and what aisle it was laying on. And we will have a conversation about it. 505-926-1410. Coming up on this Thursday show today, a little more wide open than yesterday. We've been pretty tight, it seems like, for the last week or two with different guests. Today, the only guest I can think of will be a brief, in the first 3 hours, will be a brief visit from our sports guy, Marcus Mack. Marcus is a big part of our Saturday morning sports coverage here at WRMN. He hosts the Truth About Chicago area sports. Only area is in the title yet, but maybe it should be. The Truth About Chicago sports. He's on Saturday mornings from 10 until 12 as we have a sports block for you every Saturday morning on the Fox River Valley Sports Network from 8 until noon every Saturday morning. Marcus is on from 10 to 12 and pretty knowledgeable guy. We'll talk sports for just a few minutes this morning, right after the bottom of the hour break at 8:30. And then in the 9 o'clock hour today, it's Kane County Speaks, another edition with Brian Anderson coming in. I heard that our bottom of the hour news guy is reporting on something that occurred at the Kane County Board meeting yesterday, and that's what Brian Anderson talks about. Board meeting issues and events that take place there. And he also has guests on his program. Today, I believe he's going to have a citizen giving us some thoughts on how they feel about the way things are going on in Kane County. I'll try to find out more about Brian Anderson's guest. One of his guests, because I believe his other guest is going to be Lance Bell today. Lance is running for Kane County Chair against Corrine Pirog, who is the incumbent. It's Bell and Pirog, and we'll see what Lance has to say. He's been going through a grueling campaign in the last few months to try to position himself for a chance to win against Pirog, and I believe he will be on with Brian Anderson for a little while today on the show. So that's all coming up today. Kane County Speaks in the 9 o'clock hour. Marcus Mack joins me in the 8 o'clock hour. And you can join me all morning long in being part of the show by sending in a message or even calling the phone number and giving me your thoughts on whatever's on your mind at 847-931-1410. 6:20 here at WRMN. This hour, we'll check the dumb daily holidays of the day. I have actually written a haiku today based on the word given to me by Blackhawks Brad. Today is delineate, and I used that word in the title of my YouTube setup today when I set up the YouTube page before I go on the air every day. In the opening, I used the word delineate. Maybe I'll try to start using the word somehow, like Blackhawks Brad has suggested we do, either in the show, one way or another, but of course also in the haiku. And delineate means describe or portray something precisely. To delineate. Brian Anderson tries to do that on his show. Let's win this day, says Blackhawks Brad. The American flag flies, the eagle flies over the fabulous Fox River, and a prayer every day from Blackhawks Brad. We want to send our prayers to our friend Jimmy Mack. He's been a long-time listener and has done a lot in the community, and you may know him from the days of the Moose Lodge or wherever you've seen Jimmy Mack handle karaoke over the years. And we got a report from Peggy Is Grandy. Peggy and Jimmy listen to the show a long time. Peggy used to check in every day. She doesn't check in every day anymore, but I think she still listens. And Peggy said that Jimmy had some surgery at the end of September, and they removed a tumor the size of an apple from his leg.
Wow.
Right? All things considered, Jimmy Mack is doing pretty well, except for a few trips to the ER because of an infection. Pathology says they got everything, and they will have scans every 3 months for the next 5 years. Peggy's been staying in Elgin with Jimmy Mack, and they hope to get to the station soon to say hello. Well, I hope you're feeling okay, Jimmy Mack. Thank you for listening. Hang in there, buddy. You're a fighter. If you're a first shifter, you're a fighter. And thanks for taking care of our boy, Peggy Is Grandy. We'll send our prayers, including the first one of the day from Blackhawks Brad, to Jimmy Mack today. Tony Cool stamps the show every day, and I haven't corrected her on her number yet, but according to my calculations, we are on staff meeting number 199 this year. Of the year, so that would be 1156 ACB in the 199th staff meeting of the year. Tomorrow will be number 200 on a Friday. Tony Is Cool always stamps the show with 4 exclamation marks. And this is the 199th program of the year, so we'll ring the bell for that. Let's win this day. Thanks for keeping track and being the executive secretary of the morning show, Tony Cool. 6:23 here at WRMN. On the show today, of course, I'll be checking news stories for you, stuff that I have been building up for several days, including in the last 24 hours as I did my daily show prep. We have the identity of the individual who was stabbed on Cedar Avenue in Elgin. And his name is Sunday Ogunjimi. Sunday Ogunjimi, 36 years old. We've talked a lot about this week, including having the Kane County State's Attorney Jamie Mosser on with Larry and myself yesterday. Had a lot of your phone calls yesterday during the show. And we'll be talking more about this in the next couple of days. More things are developing, but we'll go a little more into detail with that. We got some crime times, and sometimes crime times can be a little amusing. Today's crime times are not amusing. They're pretty freaking serious, so we'll check on a couple of releases that were put out by the Kane County State's Attorney's Office yesterday with crime time. A number of crime times. We'll also have an edition of First Shift 411 at about 7:15. The Nightmare on Chicago Street is 2 days away. And the streets of downtown Elgin will come alive on Saturday night with The Walking Dead. And we'll talk about some of the details coming up on Nightmare on Chicago Street. For more information, well, you can go to our Elgin Police Department Facebook page. They've got some information on parking and whatnot. I'll touch on that with First Shift 411 this morning. And tomorrow morning on Fridays with the Finest, featuring Elgin Police Chief Anna Lally, we'll go over safety, security, parking, and other instructions. as Anna is bringing a guest on the show to talk about Nightmare tomorrow morning. 6:25 here at WRMN, and I'll have some information during First Shift 411 and some other events you might take in over the weekend. And a senior services event taking place at Culver's on McLean next Monday. That's all coming up with First Shift 411 today. At the end of the 8 o'clock hour, maybe I'll do trivia. We'll see. We'll see how the pace of the show is going today. I'll know more, I guess, once we get into the 8 o'clock hour. So that's all happening on the show here today. As I mentioned, we're on YouTube. We'll start to get to your comments with the Comfort Keepers call to action in just a couple of moments. We'll start today by checking this day in music history. And today, one of my boys is in the news. October the 17th of 1981, Christopher Cross started a 3-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with Arthur's Theme, The Best That You Can Do. We try to do the best that we can do every day. Sometimes it's a fight, sometimes we have success. You got to keep on trying. It's Christopher Cross's second United States number 1 hit. And on this day in 1981, it began its 3-week run at number 1 on the charts. 6:27, it's Arthur's Theme. We'll check some news at 6:30, and I'll have more news for you after that. And a check of the dumb daily holidays today, too. Right here on the First Shift. Good morning.
Once in your life, you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and it's still with you, even though you left your way across town. Wondering to yourself, hey, what have I found? When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love. Arthur, he does as he pleases. All of his life, his master's toys, and deep in his heart, he's just a boy. Living his life one day at a time. He's showing himself a pretty good time. He's laughing about the way they wanted to be. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, best that you can do, best that you can do, best that you can do is fall in love.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Linzess. The Kane County Board approving a new economic development strategy plan to transform its economic future. The strategy includes launching the county's inaugural Economic Development Corporation, a public-private partnership targeting county-wide economic coordination. Rich Croman, a dedicated volunteer from the Kane County Office of Emergency Management and a FEMA reservist, has been deployed to North Carolina to aid in relief efforts following Hurricane Helene. With 14 years of experience, Croman is currently involved in Asheville, North Carolina, providing vital search and rescue operations and medical support at local shelters. The Elgin Police Department gearing up for an unforgettable Halloween event scheduled for October 22nd at the police station from 5 to 7 p.m. The celebration promising a self-guided continuous trick-or-treat tour with no need for tickets or registration. Contact the Elgin Police Department for further information. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect? Please? I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The LA Dodgers took a 2-1 series lead in the National League Championship Series with an 8-0 win over the Mets at Citi Field on Wednesday. The Dodgers out-hit the Mets 10-4. Shohei Ohtani hit a 3-run homer. Kike Hernandez ripped a 2-run shot. Max Muncy also went deep. Game 4 is tonight in Queens. Rookie Yoshi Yamamoto starts for Los Angeles. Veteran lefty Jose Quintana gets the nod for the Mets. The American League Championship Series shifts to Cleveland this afternoon. The Yankees with a 2-0 series lead. Matthew Boyd starts for Cleveland. Clark Schmidt gets the start for the Yankees. Thursday Night Football, the 2-4 Saints host the 3-3 Broncos. Denver defensive back Pat Surtain is out with a concussion. He's played 40 consecutive games. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. That's why our Lowe's Red Vest associates can help with game time decisions. Plus, use in-store mode on the Lowe's app to find what you need. Under pressure at home and want it soon? Order online by 2 p.m. to get it same day. Same day valid on eligible in-stock items and select zip codes only, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its head-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. Become a part of KCT, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Visit kctcu.org. Each account insured up to $250,000 by member's choice. This institution is not federally insured.
From morning coffee to your evening commute, WRMN 1410 AM is here for you. The faithful friend that brings you local news, timely topics, and the friendliest voices in the Valley. Stay informed, entertained, and engaged with our full lineup of shows, streaming all day, every day at WRMN1410.com or on the WRMN app. Wherever you are, we're right there with you. So why switch stations? Stick with the one that has it all. WRMN 1410 AM, your daily companion, your constant conversation.
Bialek's Bar and Grill, Wisconsin tells, is the quintessential American grill and bar, with refined rustic cuisine and award-winning libations. Their honest, feel-good food menu is complemented by a beer list to satisfy every taste. Classic cocktails and our signature shakes, rich and creamy with a splash of boozy goodness just to shake things up a little bit. Bialek's Grill and Bar, classic American cuisine with a contemporary twist.
El Diablo Cantina, located by Spring Hill Mall at 113 Southwestern in Carpentersville, is your fun, hip, and festive family Mexican cantina, serving authentic recipes from all over Mexico that are made fresh daily. There's delicious cocktails using fresh fruits or your choice of 30 craft beers, which go great with the menu. There's indoor and outdoor dining, open from 4 till 11 and until 4 a.m. on weekends, featuring Latin line dancing. Visit eldiablocantina.com today.
.36 Thursday morning. Still dark outside, waiting for some daylight. It'll be along here in a little bit. Hope you're feeling all right. And ready to take on this upcoming October weekend. Today's the 17th day, and it is chilly outside. It's chilly here in the studio this morning, too, as we are right around the freezing mark outside. 32 this hour. At the beginning of the hour, winds are calm. I hope you are here on a Thursday morning as we head for a high of about 63. So we're going to double the current temperature during the course of the day today. Clear skies tonight with a low of 39. Tomorrow, sunshine with a high of 68. And then for Saturday and Sunday, beautiful, beautiful days. 71 for Saturday. And 74 for Sunday, sunshine both days. And of course, Saturday's the big one here in downtown Elgin with Nightmare on Chicago Street. And there's a truck currently parked in Action Alley, just kind of hanging out over there. And once the daylight occurs, I'll try to show you the street cam. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to see with where we have the camera placed, but there's beginning to be a lot of downtown decorations and whatnot for Saturday night. The gate to get in, one of the gates, because I think there are 4 entry spots for Nightmare, but one of those, the prime one, I believe, is right here on the north end of Nightmare on Chicago Street, and it's just north of our radio station. Gates, I believe, open at 5, but I'll give you some details on that with First Shift 411 coming up next hour. We'll get into our staff meeting here in a little bit as well. Looking forward to a beautiful weekend. Lots of live broadcasting on Saturday. In fact, I think one of the things I'll do with First Shift 411 this morning is give you a programming update. The I's are pretty much crossed and the T's are dotted on a few new weekend shows that we're going to start running, beginning as soon as this weekend. So let me give you a little preview of that coming up at 7:15 this morning as well. 6:38 here at WRMN. But Saturday night we'll be having a live broadcast from right here at Studio 14. This will be the headquarters for our broadcast, and I'd like to think maybe we're the headquarters for Nightmare on Chicago Street. I guess in a way we're not yet, but maybe one day we will be the headquarters for Nightmare on Chicago Street. We'll be broadcasting starting at about 5 o'clock on Saturday night, maybe going as long as 11. We'll see how that works out. Court Stevens is the guy who provides 2 hours of live programming every Saturday night. It's music. CD Showcase, the name of his show. He showcases his CD collection.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty original idea. It's a CD showcase.
Wow.
With Court Stevens. He plays tunes. And that is Saturday night. So we'll see if he plays some scary songs this Saturday night. I wonder if he has some scary songs in his CD collection. That'll be a part of our live broadcast on Saturday night right here on the Talk of the Town, Elgin's radio station serving the Fox River Valley, and we've been doing so for 75 years. 20 before 7 on this Thursday morning here at WRMN. The dumb daily holidays of the day today include Conflict Resolution Day. Doesn't say much about it, but through the title, I guess, you can kind of understand what it means. Conflict Resolution Day. If you're having an issue with somebody, maybe you can try to figure out a way to resolve it today. Or you're having some problems at work, you can't figure out the solution or a way to win the battle. Maybe today's the day to do that with Conflict Resolution Day. It's Forgive an Ex Day. You holding a grudge for the person that dumped you? You thought you were the best thing since sliced bread? And when you said, hey, I'm the best thing since sliced bread, you'll never leave me, she said, whatever. Don't you know who I am? Whatever. You know you love me.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate your hat. I hate your t-shirts. I hate your shoes. I hate your music. I hate everything that you stand for.
Have you heard that before from a person that was in your life? Maybe the day is today to forgive that ex. Forgive that ex for being such a witch. Whatever. Or something like that. 642 here at WRMN. It is also Get to Know Your Customers Day. I don't really consider y'all to be my customers, but in a way, I guess you are. You're customers of the radio station to a certain degree. But your listeners, your family, your staff. So family and staff, if there's some things you'd like to hear on the radio station, you can always send me an email. I want to get to know you. I know some of you. It's Get to Know Your Customers Day. You can always send me an email at mark@WRMN1410.com. That's Mark at WRMN1410.com. And No Nickname John's about to tell us that it's National Pasta Day. Actually, I told you. But he is basing his really bad joke or pun on National Pasta Day. Taking place during National Pasta Month, it would make sense that that's when National Pasta Day would fall. It's celebrated at restaurants, which may offer specials of the day. Many other locations, such as senior centers and churches, may host pasta parties and all-you-can-eat spaghetti dinners. Pasta made with flour, salt, water, and eggs comes in many shapes like ribbons, cords, tubes, and can be prepared in a myriad of ways with different cooking techniques and in many recipes. Pasta. Have some today. I still have some leftover lasagna from the weekend that's sitting in the refrigerator here at work, and maybe I'll get into that so I can celebrate National Pasta Day. It holds well. And it's good lasagna that we had at the campsite last weekend. 643 here at WRMN. So those are our dumb daily holidays. So now we turn it to No Nickname John, who's on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube this morning. And here we go with the really bad joker pun of the day. Good morning, first shifters. As No Nickname John butters us up for the big fall. Are you ready? Today is National Pasta Day. Did you hear about the pasta and its cooking water? The pasta and its cooking water. You're supposed to say, why no, No Nickname John, I sure didn't. Tell me about the pasta and the cooking water. Their relationship was strained. Their relationship was strained.
Please be quiet.
This needs to stop. Now.
Shut up!
And the cooking water eventually became the ex of the pasta because their relationship was strained.
Shut up!
Maybe the pasta can forgive the cooking water on Forgiven X Day. Boy, I'm really stretching it here, aren't I? 645 here at WRMN. All right, No Nickname John, the first comment that we've read today on YouTube. We'll get to our call to order in just a few moments. Brought to you by Comfort Keepers of Elgin, the Comfort Keepers call to order. Let's get to a couple of stories now. First, from the Kane County Coroner's Office. Late yesterday afternoon, this information was released. The Kane County Coroner's Office was called to Advocate Sherman Hospital for a deceased male subject. Over the weekend, we've been talking a lot about this. The subject was identified as 36-year-old Sunday Ogunjimi of Elgin. Ogunjimi was transported to the Kane County morgue where an autopsy was conducted on Tuesday. Toxicology samples were collected at the time of the autopsy, that's standard, and sent to a forensic lab for analysis. Preliminary cause of death is consistent with a stab wound because he was stabbed. The Kane County Coroner's Office is cooperating with the Elgin Police Department in their ongoing investigation of the incident. And arrested, of course, is Anderson Contreras, 21 years old, who we've talked a lot about this week, especially yesterday on the show. And we're going to have more information coming up about this story in the next 24 hours here at WRMN. Yesterday, Jamie Mosser, the Kane County State's Attorney, was kind enough to join us, Larry Jones and me, at 7:35 yesterday morning, and try to explain why Mr. Contreras was still free and wasn't being detained at the time of the stabbing after numerous incidents, even within the last couple of months, that you would have thought would have kept him locked up behind bars as a danger to society, which he was, and which he proved ultimately on Saturday. Problem is, he had already proved it several times before, but was still free. And as you might imagine, as the political season continues, and we are headed for election time, the word got out to Mosser's opponent, Andrew Sosnowski, who you've heard from quite a bit in the last few months here on WRMN. And he said that there were some things that were wrong about what the state's attorney said yesterday here on the show. And he says the Pretrial Fairness Act of Illinois allows for the denial of pretrial release for certain offenses, including Class 3 felonies and above. Class 3 felonies include, let's see, failure to register. I guess if you're a sex offender, maybe that's what that means, right? Failure to register, distribution of controlled substances, and possession of a stolen vehicle, and forcible felonies. And that's what Anderson Contreras had been alleged to have done. Forcible felonies, including offenses such as murder, aggravated battery, residential burglary, and vehicular hijacking. These are all, according to Mr. Sosnowski, offenses that can allow for the denial of pretrial release, according to the Pretrial Fairness Act, which is has been highly debated, and many people think is very unfair to people of society who become victims of people that should not be free in society. But they are free in society as a result of the Pretrial Fairness Act. Let's see. Going back to the story of the 28th of September, Contreras was arrested on accusations he attacked a minor on a football field at Thompson Middle School. He was charged with aggravated battery, and according to Sosnowski, aggravated battery could have kept him detained. So, well, I don't know. It's a he said, she said kind of thing, but the law, I guess, spells it out. But we'll talk more about this in the next 24 hours. It's 6:50 here at WRMN. And I think Mr. Sosnowski's putting out some sort of a press release today. As soon as we have that, I'll share that information with you as well. He's running for Kane County State's Attorney against Jamie Mosser, and Jamie took the time to join us and try to explain everything to us yesterday as to why Contreras was still free. It's complicated, as many things are, and it's sad, as apparently Mr. Ogunjimi had a fiancée, and the fiancée and he have like a 9-year-old child together, from what I understand. More on this in the next 24 hours. 6:51 here at WRMN. Got some other crime times. Do I have time for the other crime times right now, or should I save them? Let's see. Maybe I should do one. What time is it? It's crime time. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, the Kane County State's Attorney's Office put out a couple of releases yesterday. Jamie Mosser announced that a jury has found Ernesto Velasquez Jimenez guilty of the following offenses: predatory criminal sexual assault of a child and aggravated criminal sexual abuse of a child. These are felonies. One's a Class X felony. Assistant State's Attorney Morgan Wilkinson and Joe Gay presented the following facts in court between the dates of October the 1st of 2021 and June 3rd of 2023. Velasquez Jimenez sexually abused the victim on multiple dates. The defendant touched the victim, who was under the age of 13, both over and under the clothing. Evidence was also presented that the defendant sexually abused the victim's sister in DuPage County. Judge DJ Tegeler set Velasquez Jimenez's next court appearance for December the 13th at 1:30 in the afternoon in courtroom 313 at the Kane County Judicial Center for motions and sentencing. The defendant faces a minimum sentence of 21 years of imprisonment in the Illinois Department of Corrections. In addition to the prison term, Velasquez Jimenez must register for life as a sex offender in accordance with the Illinois Sexual Offender Registration Act. Judge Tegeler ordered him taken into custody at the Kane County Jail, so he was not released, thankfully, while he awaits his sentencing. 6:53 here at WRMN. More crime time next hour. More news stories next hour as well. Let's switch gears for just a moment, and let's begin our staff meeting for a second with our Comfort Keepers call to order.
And we're back with WCK, Comfort Keepers Radio. So, Julianne, what got you interested in Comfort Keepers?
Mom passed. We were concerned about Dad being alone.
And Phil, what's it like to have a caregiver around?
Well, it's great. They help me get ready for the day and drive me wherever I need to go.
And I heard you guys are cooking together, too.
I'm learning.
It's been a huge relief knowing someone's there.
Learn more at ComfortKeepers.com.
The Comfort Keepers call to order, brought to you by Comfort Keepers of Elgin. Keeping people comfortable at home longer. For more information about Comfort Keepers, give them a call. 847-215-8550. They have several area offices, one in Elgin. 847-215-8550. All right, well, let's just say good morning to a couple of people who jumped in on our Image 360 information line today. We say good morning to Linda Carter. She opened the office doors this morning. She says, welcome back to Thursday. Have a blessed day. Good morning, Marky B, and God bless from Linda C. And she sent us a number of prayers, as I mentioned. It looks like 23 prayers to the prayer scoreboard from LC. We have 24 prayers on the prayer scoreboard this morning. LC opens the office doors at 12:01. Sensational Shelley jumped in this morning at 1:22 a.m. And she's the queen of positivity. She says, good morning to all shifters. What another beautiful day it's going to be. Have a great day, y'all, and find someone to be kind to. Good idea. The sensational one, always kind, always appreciative of life, and sending 10 prayers to our prayer scoreboard. Blackhawks Brad gave us the word to use for the haiku of the day, so are you ready? I've got one ready. Delineate was the word of the day. Describe or portray something precisely. Please repeat after me. Don't delineate things you know nothing about, or you will sound stupid. Or you will sound stupid. That's an illegal haiku, I believe. Uh-oh, I failed. I should have left the you out of the or you will sound stupid. Just go or you sound stupid. Don't delineate the things you know nothing about or you sound stupid. That's a legal haiku. 6:56 here at WRMN, but what do you expect from me? Huh? Loser.
You're an idiot!
Exactly. Loser.
You're an idiot!
6:57. Let's get into the top of the hour. Let's see what we have time for here. Do we have time to play a piece of a song? I think so. On this day in music history, Seals and Crofts were in the news. Jim Seals, born on this date in 1941, he died in 2022 at the age of 80. Jim Seals, one half of the Seals and Crofts twosome. He was the Seals half. Between 1972 and 76, Seals and Crofts had a run of 5 gold albums, culminating in a double platinum greatest hits collection. And one of their most well-known songs is this song. We'll catch this heading into the top of the hour break. It's Diamond Girl. Seals and Crofts on the first shift.
Precious stone, part of earth, where heaven is rained on. Makes no difference where you are, day or night time. You're like a shining star. How could I shine without you?
Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opioids after the C-section, when Dad injured his back, when your basketball star tore his ACL. Opioids helped with the pain, and you held on to them just in case. But did you know holding on to unused opioids puts your family at risk? Opioids are powerful pain-reducing prescription medicines, but most people who are prescribed opioids don't finish their prescriptions. So millions of unused opioids are sitting in homes across the country. And tragically, more than 100 Americans die every day from overdoses involving opioids. What can you do to protect your family? Remove the risk of unused opioids from your home. Pills, patches, or syrups in drawers, purses, and cabinets, anywhere they might be hiding. To find out how to dispose of them properly, visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Linzess. Rich Croman, a dedicated volunteer from the Kane County Office of Emergency Management and a FEMA reservist, has been deployed to North Carolina to aid in relief efforts following Hurricane Helene. With 14 years of experience, Croman is currently involved in Asheville, North Carolina, providing vital search and rescue operations and medical support at local shelters. The Elgin Police Department gearing up for an unforgettable Halloween event scheduled for October 22nd at the police station from 5 to 7 p.m. The celebration promising a self-guided continuous trick-or-treat tour with no need for tickets or registration. Contact the Elgin Police Department for further information. The Kane County Board approving a new economic development strategy plan to transform its economic future. The strategy includes launching the county's inaugural Economic Development Corporation, a public-private partnership targeting county-wide economic coordination. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? Because I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hide out with friends at Galati's Hideaway in Cary. It's the perfect place for lunch, dinner, and specialty drinks. Check out their sports bar for the best spot to watch games. Try Galati's Dining Room for a relaxing night of dining on their signature Italian dishes. Try their great pizza or the build-your-own burger. Galati's Hideaway also has a large variety of entree favorites like prime filet, steak kebabs, salmon, and ribs. Book your party in their banquet room. Visit Galati'sHideaway.com.
Imagine planting, tending, and raising your crops all season long, only to discover a micronutrient deficiency is robbing your yield potential. Once you spot signs of nutrient deficiencies, it can be difficult to bounce back. Get ahead of manganese, boron, and copper deficiencies with Moxin from CHS. Designed with a patented Levosol chelate, Moxin increases nutrient availability and provides your crops with the nutrition they need. Ask your local CHS retailer about the power of Moxin.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Bye week for the 4-2 Bears. Next up, a road game at Washington a week from this Sunday. Chicago 0-2 away from home this season. They're feeling confident riding a 3-game winning streak. The NFL has decided to change the game time. It'll be a 3:25 Central kickoff, switched from a noon Central start. On the ice tonight, the 1-2-1 Blackhawks play their first home game of the season. They take on the 0-1-2 San Jose Sharks. Big clash for number 22 Illinois football this Saturday. The 5-1 Illini are home against 4-2 Michigan. The Wolverines ranked number 24. Elsewhere, number 16 Indiana puts their 6-0 mark on the line at home against 5-1 Nebraska. Number 12 Notre Dame 5-1 visits 5-2 Georgia Tech. Tomorrow night 1-5 Purdue home against 6-0 Oregon. The Ducks ranked number 2. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. That's why our Lowe's Red Vest associates can help with game time decisions. Plus, use in-store mode on the Lowe's app to find what you need. Under pressure at home and want it soon? Order online by 2 p.m. to get it same day. Same day valid on eligible in-stock items and select zip codes only, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com.
As the Elgin Police Department continues to participate in the Distracted Driving campaign, they wanted to share some tips from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website regarding safe driving. If you are expecting a text or need to send one, pull over and park your car in a safe location. Once you are safely off the road and parked, it's safe to text. Designate your passenger as your designated texter. Allow them to access your phone to respond to calls or messages. Do not engage in social media scrolling or messaging while driving. Are you struggling not to text and drive? Activate your phone's Do Not Disturb feature or put your cell phone in the trunk, the glove box, or the back seat of your vehicle until you arrive at your destination. Remember, the Elgin Police are conducting directed patrols to enforce distracted driving violations. Just drive and stay safe. A message from our friends at the Elgin Police Department and your friends here at WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Wake up, Fox River Valley. WRMN AM 1410 is shaking things up with a brand new weekday lineup that'll keep you informed, entertained, and engaged. I'm Marky B, WRMN Program Director and host of The First Shift, inviting you to start your day with The First Shift from 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Larry Jones, Jakes, myself, and the entire First Shift team bring you the latest local news, entertainment, and, my favorite, more to kick off your morning. Then it's out to lunch with Matt McNeil from 10 until 1 p.m. Tune in for your midday fix of news, interviews, community happenings, and of course, the legendary WRMN Tradio Show. In the afternoon, join us for Fox Valley Afternoons from 2 until 6 p.m. Tammy and friends will chat lifestyle from 2 to 4, while Sonar and his crew dive into politics and news from 4 until 6. Plus, get to know the movers and shakers of the Fox River Valley with exclusive interviews, too. Don't miss out on our new local lineup that's tailor-made for you. WRMN AM 1410, the talk of the town. Tune in and turn it up. If you can't decide on dinner, have everything. Golden Corral at 154 South Gary Avenue in Bloomingdale has an endless buffet with over 150 items to choose from. There's an unmatched variety of food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, prepared fresh throughout the day. If you're craving something specific, call or check out their menu. Golden Corral rotates the buffet often. Golden Corral in Bloomingdale. They're the only one for everyone. Visit goldencorral.com.
For many years, Italian Pizza Kitchen in Roselle has been serving quality and excellence. Italian Pizza Kitchen is family-owned with experience in preparing authentic Italian cuisine with the freshest, highest quality ingredients since the 50s. Your food is always prepared fresh with the same traditions, recipes, and standards that they've perfected over the years. Italian Pizza Kitchen has a passion for great cuisine and customer service. Visit ItalianPizzaKitchen.com.
.08 here on the First Shift, Thursday morning. Welcome back to more of the show. Welcome back to more of the show. My name is Mark. I'll be with you till about 10 o'clock this morning. Then Matt takes over until 1. Tammy this afternoon with her girls from Nashville is where she is. Broadcasting her talk time with Tammy and friends from 2 until 4 this afternoon. Final time this week, tomorrow. It'll be Dino and his show, Dino's Night Out. He has put together a show for tomorrow afternoon, and he has not revealed to me what his show is going to be about. Maybe it's a secret. Listening to Dino's Night Out tomorrow afternoon from 2 until 4. Today it's talk time with Tammy, though. Yesterday she had her full crew joining her at one point or another, or at least she had Nancy. I think she did have everybody for part of yesterday's show. She had Nancy and Mary and Becky, and they chime in from various parts of the United States, and everybody comes together on Zoom, and it's a good show. It's kind of fun. It's I guess what you'd expect from 3 or 4 females chatting it up about life and about different things. They talk about products. They were talking about hair dryers yesterday, and an expensive hair dryer that Tammy got. Amongst the many things, they talk about news stories. Sonar will play a clip from News Nation. Sometimes Matt does, whoever's producing the show. Sonar does a really nice job producing that show. He He adds to it by bringing things up that they're talking about, showing you pictures on YouTube, and they have the segment. I'm not sure what the segment's called, but I think it's my favorite segment. Ask the Ladies is what I'm calling it. Ask the Ladies. You got a problem in your life, something involving your neighbor, your friend, your daughter, your profession. You can ask the ladies, and they'll give your thoughts, their advice on what you should do about it. Talk time with Tammy and friends this afternoon from 2 until 4. A political talk show with Sonar and Bendamoni and Boquist between 4 and 6. They're breaking down the Kane County election process for you right now, going position by position as far as who's running for what and what they stand for, according to themselves, I guess, what they say they stand for. And different aspects of what each position entails is one of the things they're talking about on their show. A political talk show 4 until 6. That's all coming up today on WRMN. I'm holding down the fort with all kinds of local information this morning, news stories, your comments, part of our staff meeting, and in just a moment, First Shift 411. But now the Fox Valley forecast, which is looking quite nice. It is very cold outside this morning. I say very cold, but that's just what I mean is from what we've been used to, obviously, over the last several months. We started the day right about freezing, and my current temperature says we are sitting at 32 still. Winds are out of the south at 3 miles an hour. Maybe a little warmer where you are, but the National Weather Service forecast website that I'm looking at says 32. Widespread frost this morning. Sunshine today with a high of 63. Clear skies and 39 tonight. And then for your Friday, sunny with a high of 68. 39 for Friday night, clear skies. Then Saturday and Sunday we're in the 70s, believe it or not. Nightmare in Chicago Street, more times than not since I've been here at the radio station. We've had decent days and decent weather. In the evenings, it's chilly, but we've had some nice days for it. And again, this year, we're going to be blessed with that. Sunshine and a high of 71. Not to say it hasn't snowed before, because one year I can remember it did snow during the event, but not this year. Sunshine and 71. It'll be a nice day to walk around. If you, I think the downtown streets are open for a while during the day that day, if I'm not mistaken. And so if you're here early in downtown Elgin on the Saturday morning, you could walk around some and see all the props and the things that the city has set up for the event. That's kind of fun. And a lot of people working on those props still on Saturday all day long getting ready for the event. There's a lot of work that goes into that event for a short period of time. That's something that we've talked about on this show before. All the expenses and not only the financial expenses, but the expense of time that city staff has to put into planning and physical work to make this thing happen every year. Is it worth it? The city believes it is. It's something that is unique to Elgin. I mean, other people have, other towns, I'm sure, have Halloween events and things, but this has become Elgin's signature event. Nightmare on Chicago Street, Saturday night. I'll give you a few details in a moment. When we get into First Shift 411, it's 7:14 here at WRMN. I meant to go grab the new lineup sheet that I have on my desk. We may have to wait on that till next hour's version of First Shift 411. I can bring it back again for a couple of minutes at the beginning of the next hour. Sunshine 71 on Saturday and 75 on Sunday. Bears have the weekend off. They are back against the Commanders a week from Sunday. The game has been moved to Fox primetime spot of 3:25 in the afternoon, which is good. Which is good for me. It is 7:14 because earlier in the day, I think we're going to have a get-together for our friend Larry Jones. Stay tuned for some details on that if you want to stop by and say goodbye to Larry. Larry's got only about half a dozen shows left with me. And I believe Dino's going to have a little celebration for Larry. So let me get clearance once and for all on a few details about that event, and I'll be sharing with you over the next several days. My partner Larry Jones for the last 7+ years. You heard him on the air with me yesterday. You hear him 3 times a week, and we're certainly going to miss him. October the 30th, I believe, is his final show before Larry heads down south. He's a snowbird, you know. But even when he comes back up, he says he's retiring from the radio show. So we'll have to press on without him and do the best we can to fill the void left by Larry. And he leaves a big void to fill with his intelligence, his experience, his knowledge of law enforcement and of this area and of politics. And he's a smart man, and he combines the intelligence and experience with a sense of humor that has made him a unique co-host on this show for the last 7.5 years. And that's a combination of things that I can't think of anybody right now to put in that spot and get the same thing out of. So we'll just have to do the best we can. We will. We're fighters. We're first shifters. 7:16 here at WRMN, and I am resilient. And I think that may be one of my top qualities. I've been told. 7:16 here at WRMN on this Thursday morning. All right, what else is happening? Where was I? All right, so first shift 411 for you. And then we'll try to get into our staff meeting a little bit. The Nightmare on Chicago Street. Let me give you a few details about it. Let's see. The streets of downtown Elgin. I took this from the Daily Herald, but this probably was taken from a release from the city of Elgin. It's information, and that's what's important. The streets of downtown Elgin will come alive with The Walking Dead Saturday. Nightmare on Chicago Street returns for its 12th year. Zombie Fest featuring hundreds of performers, including zombie actors and musicians and dancers who lurch, it says here, who lurch along the downtown streets of the safe zone while bands entertain on multiple stages. Amanda Harris has become a veteran of the city. She has been a part of this event for a few years now. She's the city director of cultural arts and special events, and she said this year's theme is Tales from What Remains. But each street has its own storyline, says Amanda. Other storylines include B-Movie Boulevard. Are they going to show some B-movies? B-Movie Boulevard, the Mad Max-style Thunderdome, and the Aztec underworld-themed Plaza Mictlan, which was a big hit last year, says Amanda Harris. Headliners on the live music stages include In the End at 9 p.m. on the main stage. In the End. I have not heard them before. And La Muerte at 9 o'clock on the Plaza stage. I'm not sure if I've heard them before. Did they play last year? If they did, I may have heard them last year. La Muerte, 9 o'clock on the Plaza stage. Me TV's Svengoolie, who Westside Freddy has talked about here on the show, will make his annual appearance to help judge a costume contest. Guests can register for the contest by 7:30 the night of the event. The finalists will be notified by 7:45, and on-stage judging starts at 8:30 p.m. Maybe, I know we're going to have a kind of a mobile crew on Saturday night. And through the crafty camera work of Sonar and Ben Demoni and Boquist and the technology that they brought to the radio station, we're able to be a lot more versatile with our coverage of the event. And so if all pans out the way we hope, I know that those are the 2 hours when Court Stevens is supposed to be on the air playing spooky music, but I think we're going to have more of a loose system on Saturday night. Maybe Court can stay around for about 3 hours, And if we need to take breaks from his music to cover other things, we can do that, like perhaps the costume contest. That would be interesting to have on stage and have on our YouTube page. Guests can register for the contest by 7:30. Finalists will be notified by 7:45. On-stage judging starts at 8:30. And maybe we can capture some of that for you right here on WRMN. If you don't make it downtown Saturday night, and for a lot of you, and I get it, this is not your type of event. Lots of people, it's a little bit expensive. The city might argue with that and say, well, that's, pretty average for the type of event that it is. Maybe so. But it'll take a little chunk out of your wallet. Come down here Saturday night and actually buy a ticket and get in and maybe spend a little money while you're in here. With the streets used in the event blocked off on Friday for setup, the city is lending a hand to downtown businesses with owners with Friday night frights by having some of Saturday's performers appear at 10 different businesses to provide a sneak peek of what's to come. That'll be tomorrow night. So you could come down for a preview tomorrow night here in downtown Elgin. The performances are free. The intention is to drive some more business into the downtown Elgin businesses, the restaurants and whatnot, tomorrow night, the night before the big event. For times and locations of these pre-event previews, go to nightmareonchicagostreet.com/Friday. That's nightmareonchicagostreet.com/Friday if you want to come downtown tomorrow night and take in some previews and take in a restaurant here in downtown Elgin. You might be here for the whole weekend visiting family. And your main event's going to be Saturday night, but you're looking for something to do on Friday night. Come on down. They're starting to spread the event out a little more by doing things like this, I would say. Early entry tickets are also available for the first time, where you could actually come into the event before most of the populace is allowed in. The tickets get you in an hour early before the long lines start forming at the entries and food and drink vendors. So if you have the expensive ticket, the early entry ticket, then you can get in, get your food early before most of the crowd is here, and you avoid some of those long lines. Amanda Harris says if you have one of those early tickets, you also get a sneak peek behind the curtain, so to speak, as final touches are put on the safe zone before general admission begins at 6. So general admission begins at 6. I guess that answers my question there. And if you have one of those early tickets, you can get in by 5. General admission tickets are $35, and attendance will be capped at 15,000 guests. And the early entry tickets are available for $50. $50, so you pay 15 more, you get in 1 hour earlier. And you avoid some of the lines for food and just the lines in general to get into the event. General admission tickets are $35. 4 entry gates are available at North Grove Avenue near Highland, Douglas Avenue near Highland, which would be the one that takes you right in front of the radio station, Spring Street near Highland, and Riverside Drive off the gravel parking lot. So all the entry gates are going to be fairly close to each other, I would say. A block away at Grove and Highland, right here at the end of our block at Douglas and Highland, 1 block over at Spring Street and Highland, and then behind me, as where I'm sitting right now, at Riverside Drive off the gravel parking lot. VIP parking is $50 while it lasts.
Wow.
I'm not sure I'm paying $50 to park.
Wow.
Remote parking is available at Larkin and Elgin High Schools, with shuttles running every 15 to 20 minutes from 4:30 in the afternoon to 12:30 a.m. So if you want to park over at Larkin or Elgin, they're going to have shuttles. You wait every 15 to 20 minutes, and you can get here and get back and not have to drive down. The event is intended for a mature audience, it says, but anyone will be admitted. I'm not sure that's something that's been the case for every year. A mature audience. Really? I think there are going to be some people that are a little less than mature down here Saturday night. Anyone will be admitted. Guests, well, I guess that means immature people too. You can get in. Guests under 17 must be accompanied by a paid adult during the event. Tickets are available at ticketweb.com. Ticketweb.com. For more information, go to nightmareonchicagostreet.com. nightmareonchicagostreet.com. So a lot going on. The setup has been occurring all week. There's been a lot of activity on Douglas Avenue in front of the radio station for days now. Let me see what the street cam looks like if you're looking on YouTube right now and show you. Yeah, doesn't do what's happening much justice. You see the pickup truck parked across the street, but you don't see much else in the street cam. Well, there's quite a bit of props and things that are being set up right now on our street and all the surrounding streets. If you're in the neighborhood, come on by, take a walk around downtown over the next couple of days and you can see what's going on. 7:26 here at WRMN. We got to get into our staff meeting a little more in a few minutes. We'll do that and check some news stories too. Let me go ahead and just dedicate this segment to First Shift 411. Then we'll hit the bottom of the hour news, and then we'll come back with more news stories in the next half hour. And your comments on as a part of our staff meeting. Hampshire. We love to promote Hampshire. We made some good friends out in Hampshire, and it's just the beginning of our relationship. And they're having a farmers and outdoor market this coming Saturday morning. So if you want to do something in the morning time before you head on down to downtown Elgin later in the day Saturday, maybe consider Hampshire. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday at Hampshire Commons at 113 West Oak Knoll Drive. Farm-to table goods, handmade items, packaged food, sweets, artisanal gifts, and my favorite, more.
Wow.
Hosted by the Hampshire Area Chamber of Commerce. Go to Facebook and go to Hampshire Farmers Market on Facebook to find out more. That's Hampshire. Saturday morning, 9 to 1, the outdoor market at 113 West Oak Knoll Drive at the Hampshire Commons. I'd be lying to say if I knew exactly where that was, but Hampshire ain't that big. I'm sure you can find it. 7:27 here at WRMN. Let's see. Haunted Hoffman Family Fest. Uh-oh, it's going to get scary in the Hoffman. 10 to 2 Saturday at Fabrini Park at 1704 Glen Lake Road in Hoffman Estates. Inflatables, games, live music, face painting, a bubble show, a pet costume parade. Sounds like a great event for the kids. Costume parade, I mentioned, hayride, food trucks, meet and greet with police officers and firefighters. Register for the trick-or-treat path for $8 a child. Go to HE, as in Hoffman Estates, parks.org. heparks.org. Head to the Hoffman on Saturday morning, 10 to 2. The kids can have their festival, and then you can have yours Saturday night right here in downtown Elgin. And if you're into this sort of thing, it caught my eye yesterday, so I went ahead and put it in as a part of our First Shift 411 today. It's a bit on down the road from where we are, but not too far out of the picture, I guess. It would be the Civil War encampment and battle reenactment. It is going on Saturday and Sunday on the north end of the Northbrook Sports Club at 200 South Haynesville Road in Haynesville. I don't know where that is, quite honestly, but maybe if you're from around this area, you know we have so many different suburbs and cities and villages and towns, it's hard to keep track of where they all are. But this is Haynesville. Relive history as period-garbed reenactors create battles, battlefield surgeries, and historical presentations of the American Civil War. The Civil War reenacted. You can meet Abraham Lincoln. He's going to be there.
Wow.
General Grant and others. Wow is right.
Wow.
Haynesville.org/civil-war-event this weekend. More First Shift 411 coming up, but we have some news right now at 7:30.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Linzess. The Elgin Police Department gearing up for an unforgettable Halloween event scheduled for October 22nd at the police station from 5 to 7 p.m. The celebration promising a self-guided continuous trick-or-treat tour with no need for tickets or registration. Contact the Elgin Police Department for further information. The Kane County Board approving a new economic development strategy plan to transform its economic future. The strategy includes launching the county's inaugural Economic Development Corporation, a public-private partnership targeting county-wide economic coordination. Rich Croman, a dedicated volunteer from the Kane County Office of Emergency Management and a FEMA reservist, has been deployed to North Carolina to aid in relief efforts following Hurricane Helene. With 14 years of experience, Croman is currently involved in Asheville, North Carolina, providing vital search and rescue operations and medical support at local shelters. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? Because I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Big clash for number 22 Illinois football this Saturday. The 5-1 Illini are home against 4-2 Michigan. The Wolverines ranked number 24. Elsewhere, number 16 Indiana puts their 6-0 mark on the line at home against 5-1 Nebraska. Number 12 Notre Dame 5-1 visits 5-2 Georgia Tech. Tomorrow night 1-5 Purdue home against 6-0 Oregon. The Ducks ranked number 2. Bye week for the 4-2 Bears. Next up, a road game at Washington a week from this Sunday. Chicago 0-2 away from home this season. They're feeling confident riding a 3-game winning streak. The NFL has decided to change the game time. It'll be a 3:25 Central kickoff, switched from a noon Central start. On the ice tonight, the 1-2-1 Blackhawks played their first home game of the season. They take on the 0-1-2 San Jose Sharks. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. That's why our Lowe's Red Vest associates can help with game time decisions. Plus, use in-store mode on the Lowe's app to find what you need. Under pressure at home and want it soon? Order online by 2 p.m. to get it same day. Same day valid on eligible in-stock items and select zip codes only, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
LaFleur Taco Grill at 910 Dundee Avenue at the corner of Slade in Elgin is under new management. Enjoy a huge selection of salads, quesadillas, tacos, burritos, and more. LaFleur Taco Grill also has American cuisine favorites and breakfast. Bring the kids. There's a kids menu that they'll love. Are you planning a party this summer? LaFleur also has catering with all types of both Mexican and American foods. Call 847-214-1306 or LaFleur Taco Grill on Facebook.
If you're not sure what to have for dinner, the Seven Dwarfs restaurant on the corner of Roosevelt and President in Wheaton has you covered. Their huge menu is sure to satisfy everyone. Enjoy the diner-styled atmosphere that's been serving up tasty food since the 50s. The Seven Dwarfs has lively decor and delicious entrees. They offer a hearty breakfast, plus 3 or 4 lunch specials daily. For dinner, it's all-you-can-eat fish on Fridays. And remember to try their barbecue ribs. Visit sevendwarfsrestaurant.com today.
There's a hidden gem in Elgin's South End. It harkens back to the days when going to a diner with family and friends was where everybody gathered for a delicious breakfast or lunch. Ray's Family Restaurant at 801 St. Charles Street in Elgin is a diner that you'll love with tasty food. The atmosphere and the staff are friendly and fast. They're open until 3 p.m. daily. You can never go wrong with Ray's. Visit raysfamilyrestaurant.com. That's raysfamilyrestaurant.com.
American Legion Post 57 in Elgin, Illinois presents Legion Cruise Nights. Wednesdays, May 8th, June 12th, July 10th, August 14th, and September 11th from 5 to 8 p.m. Come out and enjoy a great evening of cars, food, and music. Motorcycles, cars, trucks, military vehicles are all welcome. 50-50 raffles, door prizes. The event being sponsored by the American Legion Riders Post 57. 820 North Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois.
It's 7:36 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. And if I can find it here, I'm in the mood for something. Found it.
Fox River Valley, Fox River Valley. I call the place my
Boom, 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 boom.
Fox River Valley, Fox River Valley. No more will this sky roll. By the north, south, east, and west, there's one place I love the best. It's the
Fox River Valley, Fox River Valley. I call it my home. Ah, good times, good times. 7:36 here at WRMN. All right, I'll have more news for you in just a moment to share. Let's go ahead and dive into our staff meeting for just a moment and say a few hellos. I found some First Shift 411 to share with you this morning. At about 8:15, I'm going to give you some information about the Pick 6. Oh, yeah, and Marcus Mack's going to join me at 8:30, I believe, to talk sports. It'll be about 8:35 by the time Marcus is on. We're not going to talk sports for long, maybe about 5 minutes. Preview of what he's going to cover on his show Saturday, The Truth About Chicago Sports. His show is on 10 to 12, a part of our Saturday morning sports block here at WRMN and the Fox River Valley Sports Network. It's fledgling. We are formulating it and trying to have a sports department moving forward. Got some good contributors on Saturday mornings here on WRMN. Speaking of contributors, passing by the radio station right now, we got Northwest Wes and Northwest Wesley Jr. II.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
And Wesley Jr. II is hiding behind a costume this morning.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
Peace to you, Northwest West and Northwest Wesley Jr. II.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
They get an extra one this morning because we didn't hit them yesterday, because we were right in the middle of an interview with Jamie Mosser when they drove by yesterday. It would have seemed a little strange. You know what I mean? You guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping by. Northwest West and Northwest Wesley Jr. II, contributors every day here on the show. And Wes sent me a text a short time ago when I was talking about the events going on surrounding Nightmare on Chicago Street this Saturday night. It is something that we have spoken about over the past couple of years. How much effort, money, staffing, hours go into putting together the event. It's an amazing amount, considering that this has been about a 6-hour event. Once a year for 6 hours. That takes months of planning and a lot of people to assimilate and put this whole thing together. And that's one of the reasons that Northwest West has said they should spread that out. Make it more kid-friendly. Make it something that occurs, maybe starts on Friday, maybe something that happens during the day on Saturday, and not just for the 6 hours on Saturday night. I think our message has started to resonate a little bit. We can start to see that in a couple of the things that have been mentioned in the release that I just read a short time ago. For instance, the Friday night preview activities that are taking place at some of the local establishments, where some of the Saturday night acts are going to be appearing locally on Friday night. And that'll give downtown Elgin a chance to have a little extra vibe on Friday night and get people a chance to get down here and see what they're going to see on Saturday night after dark. And then the fact that they mentioned that all customers will be allowed on Saturday night, not just 18 and over, which I think may have been the case in years past. You couldn't bring kids down here. I'm not sure they are encouraging that, but they're not stopping it. So it's becoming a little more all-encompassing and maybe a little more of a widespread event through the weekend and not just for the 6 hours on Saturday night. One step at a time. Baby steps, Northwest West. 740 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Pat Hudgens has sent me a link to something. I'll check on the link when I have a chance. Peggy is Grandy, who we talked about last hour, along with our friend Jimmy Mack, as my cell phone takes a tumble on the desk here. Peggy says, yes, I am still listening every day. I was listening when you talked about myself and Jimmy Mack last hour, so I'm glad you were, Peggy. 741 here at WRMN. Also on our Image 360 information line this morning, we say hello to West Side Freddy, who checks in every day here on the show, the one and only West Side. And there's the West Side salute. Let's see, we also have a couple of other pictures sent to me this morning on the Image 360 information line. Let's see what we have here. The Commander has checked in. This is kind of weird to say, Commander Smith, but I kind of have a new strategy with how I use my morning alarm clock. This morning I had it set for 4:31. I was sleeping the best that I have slept in a number of nights last night. And every time I tried to go back to sleep, it worked. That doesn't always happen. And I didn't even have my halftime break till about 3 o'clock in the morning after going to bed at about 9:25 last night. So I was really happy about that. And I was still sleeping after the halftime break. And then my alarm went off at 4:31. And I shut it off, but I decided I was going to lay there a little bit longer because everything just felt so good in the bed. This morning I didn't want to get out, and I was actually sleeping and resting well. And so I said, well, I'm awake now. I'll know to get up in a couple of minutes. Well, I fell back asleep again, which is scary. And I actually had a dream in the next few minutes that I was at my house and we were having some sort of a get-together of sorts, I guess, and the Commander came over. And he came in and he kind of made himself at home. I think we had like a pool in the back. We were having something going on in the backyard. The dream's a little hazy, as many dreams are. But we walked around on the back deck, then we went into the kitchen together, and I say the Commander made himself at home. He had never really been to my house in this dream before. And he reached into the freezer and he grabbed himself like an ice cream bar. And I thought to myself, well, that's cool. He's Mark Smith. He could do that. He's a good guy. But I also thought to myself, that's kind of weird. He's never been at my house before, and he's just reaching into my freezer, grabbing ice cream bars and whatever he wants without even thinking nothing about it, So I woke up from that short little weird dream and said, uh-oh. That happened during the snooze time. That's probably not good. So I looked at my clock. Thankfully, it was 4:49. And that little episode only took 18 minutes. And thankfully, I woke up and checked again to see what time it was and remembered that I had already hit my snooze. But I didn't really hit the snooze. I had turned it off, which means no snooze came back on, which is even more scary. So there's that story. I hope you enjoyed it. 7:44 here at WRMN. Boy, I tell great stories.
Whatever.
And I have great dreams.
Whatever.
7:45, and I was still on time. How does that happen? I got up like 15 minutes late, still on time. I guess you compensate when you have to, right? Or overcompensate, whatever the right word is. 7:45, and now back to our regularly scheduled programming at American Legion Post 57. I've clicked on the picture that the commander has sent me, and let me throw it up on our YouTube page in case you are able to see the YouTube this morning. What's showing up on my left screen is not showing up on my right screen exactly the way I want to, but basically they're having lunch and dinner at the Elgin American Legion today. Lunch is from 11:30 until 1. Today they're having sloppy joes and fries for $6. That sounds good. Or you can get a regular cheeseburger or a regular burger with fries for $9. Sloppy joe and fries for $6. Burger or cheeseburger and fries for $9. It's burger night at the American Legion tonight from 5 until 7:30. Join them for great burgers and stay for your chance at a $3,000 jackpot playing Lightning tonight from 6:30 until 8:30. Slots, pull tabs, jar games, and plenty of cold beverages at the bar. It's the Elgin American Legion, and there's today's menu up on our YouTube page right now. Thanks, Commander, for all that you're doing in our area. I've seen him many times over the last several months. Nice hanging out with him. A good man. And getting very involved here locally in a lot of ways beyond just the American Legion. It's 7:46 here at WRMN. All right, I also got a picture sent to me by Steve Thorin this morning. Let me click on that pic and show that to you. Hey, believe it or not, it's a picture of Steve in his Model T with a group of people in his car with him. And there you have that on YouTube right now, and the picture is being taken right in front of the Wing Mansion. Stevie T sending a picture, and there you have it on YouTube. He'll be in tomorrow morning for the Senior Community Spotlight Show. He's waving to you on YouTube right now in the picture. That's a nice picture, Stevie T. He'll be in tomorrow morning at 9:30 for the Senior Community Spotlight Show, followed by Music Memories right here on WRMN. And the picture is with members of St. Catherine's of Siena Church of Dundee. Last night's people who toured the Wing Mansion, I guess, and got a ride in Steve's Model T. It's 7:48 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Send pictures to 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410 if you want to, and I'll throw them up here on our YouTube feed. We got quite a few people viewing every day on YouTube. You can watch that if you want to, or you can listen on the radio. The Blowtorch, of course, is AM 1410 on the dial. We are at WRMN Radio on YouTube, and of course, you can also download the app and listen. If you get to the outskirts of our listening area, put it on the app. Bluetooth it through your car. I finally did that for the first time a few weeks ago in the Jeep, and it was out on a night when I was out in Hampshire, and you should be able to pick up WRMN well in Hampshire, but it was getting a little fuzzy that night, and I think maybe it's that time pattern change in the evenings when we have lower power. But if you have the app and you Bluetooth it through your radio, clear as a bell, anytime. And that's what I did, 3-4 weeks ago when I was up in Hampshire on a Friday night going to the football game and seeing what that was all about, our coverage of Hampshire football. 7:49 here at WRMN. So download the app, and then when you go to Florida for the winter or wherever you're traveling, you can just listen in just fine. All right, and send us some pictures. 505-926-1410. I like the new idea of let me know what you've noticed in the area. A little show and tell during the morning show. All right, so there's your a bit of our staff meeting for now. I'm going to have to catch up on a lot of comments here soon, but I want to hit on a couple of other stories right now at 7:50 here on the first shift. I had started Crime Time last hour, and I'm going to continue Crime Time right now. What time is it? Crime Time! Kane County State's Attorney's Office very busy yesterday putting out releases. Last hour I told you about the perv from Elgin, Ernesto Velasquez Jimenez. This hour we're going to tell you about Maricela Garcia, Kane County woman convicted of predatory criminal sexual assault of a child. We got lots of weirdos around these days. Maricela Garcia, age 37. Jamie Mosser announced that Judge Barsanti has found her guilty of the offenses of predatory criminal sexual assault of a child, Class X felony, aggravated battery of a child, Class 3 felony, and domestic battery. Garcia has waived her right to a jury trial. Assistant State's Attorney Lori Schmidt and Morgan Wilkinson presented the following facts in court. Between May of 2021, a couple of days in May of that year, the defendant used an object to penetrate the sex organ of the victim, who was under the age of 13 at the time. The victim and defendant resided in the same household. Judge Barsanti set Garcia's next court appearance for the 22nd of November, 1:30 in the afternoon in courtroom 319 at the Kane County Judicial Center for motions and sentencing. Garcia faces a sentence of between 6 and 60 years of imprisonment in the Illinois Department of Corrections. She also must be registered for life as a sexual offender in accordance with Illinois Sexual Offender Registration Act. Barsanti denied the state's motion to remand the defendant. Therefore, she's free. She is out on bond pending motions and sentencing. Well, no bond, I guess. She's just been set free. Hopefully she will show back up for her sentencing. Maricela Garcia, age 37. 7:52 here at WRMN. And then we have stabbing the hand that fed you. And this guy is going to eventually get out. A man who stabbed his mother to death back in 2018 has pled guilty, but mentally ill. Kevin James, 30 years old, formerly of Downers Grove. He's been locked up for like 6 years now. He pled guilty on Monday afternoon to one count of first-degree murder and was sentenced to 20 years in prison as part of the plea agreement. Back on January of 2018, January 9th, sheriff's deputies were called to the home in the 2100 block of 63rd Street in unincorporated Downers Grove. They found James in the main doorway of the home, blood on his body and clothing. His mom, Patricia James, lying face down in the living room, multiple stab wounds. Authorities said James began choking his mother earlier in the afternoon, then stabbed her with a kitchen knife. James has been in custody since his arrest at a bail hearing. This is when bail still was around. Prosecutors said that after stabbing his mom, James ran into traffic. He ran into traffic on 63rd Street in an attempt to kill himself or be shot by police. They also say James told a deputy he saw green demons and dragons surrounding his mother, and that he had killed her so he could go, or so that she could go to heaven.
Wow.
Okay. He saw green demons and dragons surrounding his mother. He killed her so she could go to heaven.
Wow.
He was supposed to have a trial starting October the 22nd. At a September court hearing, a judge refused to let his lawyers argue that James believed he needed to defend himself, but that belief was unreasonable. If a jury believed that, it could have convicted him of a lesser offense of second-degree murder. For a while during the case, James disagreed with his lawyers and represented himself. That's a good move. He has to serve 100% of his sentence and will receive credit for more than 6 years he has spent in jail awaiting trial. So he got 20 years. He's already been in for 6. He's 30 years old. That means he's going to be out when he's 44, and he killed his mom. You decide whether that's right or not. 7:55 here at WRMN. More First Shift 411 on the way about 8:15 this morning, and more stories if I get a chance. We'll have some news at the bottom of the hour at 8:30 locally, and national news coming up in just a few moments at the top of the hour at 8. 8:30, Marcus Mack also joins me, so actually it'll be about 8:35 with Marcus Mack. And then at 9, it's Brian Anderson and his show, Kane County Speaks. Listening to Brian's episode this morning. Believe he's going to feature Lance Bell today and maybe another Kane County citizen who wants to voice their concern about some things that have been going on over the past 4 years. 7:56 now on the first shift. On this day in music history, this time around, we're going to take it to, let's see. How about some Sam Cooke? As we only have a couple of minutes to the top of the hour, and I saw that Sam Cooke's name was in my listing today. Let's see if I can find out why here. Yeah. 1923, American jazz guitarist Barney Kessel was born. He was a member of the Wrecking Crew. Kessel was also a member of the Oscar Peterson Trio, and he worked with Billie Holiday, Sam Cooke, and others. He also appeared on the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds album. Kessel died in 2004 at the age of 80. But he worked with Sam Cooke once upon a time, and I thought that would give me a good reason to play a little Sam Cooke to take you into the top of the hour break. It's 7:57 on this Thursday morning, and this is the first shift on WRMN with the great Sam Cooke. Thanks for listening. News coming up on this Thursday morning. Headed for a high of 63 with sunshine again today.
College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
A dream that's been cooking for years, Maria's Little Italy in Sycamore is waiting for you to come and enjoy authentic recipes handed down for generations. Stop in and enjoy bruschetta, handmade focaccia bread, pizza, pasta, sandwiches, and more. Dine in, take out, delivery, or catering is all available. Go to mariaslittle.italy.com and see what you've been missing. From their family to yours, welcome to Maria's Little Italy, where food brings families together.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Linzess. In a Kane County courtroom, Maricela Garcia has been found guilty of predatory criminal sexual assault of a child, along with charges of aggravated battery of a child and domestic battery. Garcia facing judgment for the incidents that occurred on May 7th and 8th of 2021 involving a sexual assault of a child under the age of 13. In Batavia, residents are reminded to adhere to local regulations concerning the placement of lawn signs. The city strictly prohibits the positioning of any signs on parkways between the sidewalks and the streets and on all city public properties, including near traffic signs and utility poles. The Naperville Police Department currently accepting applications for new officers. The application period remains open for the next couple of weeks, with testing scheduled to take place in mid-December for potential new officers with the Naperville Police Department. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? Because I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Attention all burger enthusiasts and game aficionados. Celebrate a century of excellence at Mott's Lounge. Proudly serving the community for 100 years under 5 generations of passionate ownership. Sink your teeth into our hand-pressed fresh burgers bursting with flavor, crafted just the way you like them. And while you're here, enjoy our exclusive drink specials, perfect for toasting to our milestone anniversary. Plus, challenge your luck with our state-of-the-art gaming machines, adding an extra thrill to your visit. Join us at Mott's Lounge and be a part of history in the making. Here's to another century of great food, fun, and memories. Mott's Lounge, where every visit is a celebration. For more information, visit us online at mottslounge.com.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The LA Dodgers took a 2-1 series lead in the National League Championship Series with an 8-0 win over the Mets at Citi Field on Wednesday. The Dodgers out-hit the Mets 10-4. Shohei Ohtani hit a 3-run homer. Kike Hernandez ripped a 2-run shot. Max Muncy also went deep. Game 4 is tonight in Queens. Rookie Yoshi Yamamoto starts for Los Angeles. Veteran lefty Jose Quintana gets the nod for the Mets. The American League Championship Series shifts to Cleveland this afternoon. The Yankees with a 2-0 series lead. Matthew Boyd starts for Cleveland. Clark Schmidt gets the start for the Yankees. Thursday Night Football, the 2-4 Saints host the 3-3 Broncos. Denver defensive back Pat Surtain is out with a concussion. He's played 40 consecutive games.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Lowe's Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. That's why our Lowe's Red Vest associates can help with game time decisions. Plus, use in-store mode on the Lowe's app to find what you need. Under pressure at home and want it soon? Order online by 2 p.m. to get it same day. Same day valid on eligible in-stock items and select zip codes only. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its head-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive.
Attention all burger enthusiasts and game aficionados. Celebrate a century of excellence at Mott's Lounge, proudly serving the community for 100 years under 5 generations of passionate ownership. Sink your teeth into our hand-pressed fresh burgers bursting with flavor, crafted just the way you like them. And while you're here, enjoy our exclusive drink specials, perfect for toasting to our milestone anniversary. Plus, challenge your luck with our state-of-the-art gaming machines, adding an extra thrill to your visit. Join us at Mott's Lounge and be a part of history in the making. Here's to another century of great food, fun, and memories. Mott's Lounge, where every visit is a celebration. For more information, visit us online at mottslounge.com.
Crime is up in Illinois, and I'm not sitting back to wait and watch dangerous, radical left policies destroy Kane County. I'm Andrew Sosnowski. I have over 35 years of experience with prosecutions of crime, advocating for victims and children. I will root out the causes of crime and be the lead county prosecutor who will fight for our freedom, safety, and security. Vote Andrew Sosnowski for Kane County State's Attorney. I'm Andrew Sosnowski, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Sosnowski for Kane Committee.
We are Lions International, the world's largest service organization. We are volunteers committed to strengthening our communities and supporting those in need, one act of kindness at a time. For more than a century, Lions have been serving a world in need, right here in our community and around the world. Lions International makes the impossible possible. This is your invitation to join us, because the only thing missing from our mission to make a difference is you. Visit lionsclub.org to find a local Lions Club near you.
Looking for a place to try for breakfast or lunch? You'll find a gem of a restaurant with amazing food and great prices at the Tripleberry Cafe, 435 Angela Lane in Crystal Lake. For breakfast, try Tripleberry's strawberry cheesecake French toast, ribeye steak and eggs, or carnitas skillets. At lunch, there's the AM burger or Chipotle chicken BLT. There's delicious homemade cream of mushroom soup. For tasty home cooking, Tripleberry Cafe is the place to be. Visit tripleberrycafe.com.
Want to read some action-packed, exciting pulp fiction? Read the works of Michael Tooman, now featuring the international crime thriller, I Married a Bot Madam. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. The paperback is also available at other book retailers. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Scilink.net. That's Papa, Sierra, Yankee, Lima, India, November, Kilo. Dot, November, Echo, Tango.
November Echo Tango. What's he talking about? I just walked back in the room. That's that Mike Tooman fella. He's a part of our new programming lineup that I'm going to tell you about here in just a moment when I get into a bit of First Shift 411. Got a lot to get in this next 20-25 minutes. Welcome back to the First Shift here at WRMN. Brian Anderson in about an hour. We'll have the Kane County Speaks show. Brian's been coming in every other week and doing his show for a few months now, and it's crunch time. It's election time. Early voting is underway in a couple spots, but really hits full tilt next week. And it's an important election. It's important for you to vote. Get out and vote. And if you don't, and it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, and the races are close, and they don't go your way, and you don't vote, You can say to yourself, well, my vote wouldn't have made a difference, but if several hundred people say that to themselves, then their vote would have made a difference. So every vote matters. Early voting in a lot of locations starting next Monday, and I will be starting to grab the chart and go over some of the hot spots around the Fox River Valley, depending on where you live, where you work, and where you might want to stop on your way home from work, or maybe during a break during the middle of your day. It's 8:09 here at WRMN, so we'll be talking some politics and things that occur in Kane County with Mr. Anderson next hour. Out to lunch with Matt today. I see that Matt has loaded up his schedule of guests the next couple of days on Out to Lunch, and I'll have to double check the white board out there, but I think one of Matt's guests today is going to be Dan Simmons, I think, to talk about the burial plans and the recognition for Mr. Ortiz, who was in the Korean War and is being laid to rest here at Bluff City Cemetery at the end of the month. I've told you about that here recently on the show. I'll have to get those details back in front of me so I can let you know all the things going on surrounding that. But you can find out more by listening to Out to Lunch today with Matt. I believe Dan Simmons from the Simmons Madison Funeral Home is going to be on with Matt today. It's 8:10 here at WRMN. Quite the story. Only one family member, I guess, of Mr. Ortiz, and she happens to live here in Elgin, and we may even have her on the air at some point to talk to her a little bit about Mr. Ortiz. And I'll find all the details on that and share them with you over the next week or so. That's happening next weekend, not this coming weekend. But next weekend, they're going to have some sort of a recognition ceremony over at the American Legion, I believe, and we'll see if we can scramble all the details together for you. American Legion Post 57 of Elgin, of course, that's our local American Legion at 820 North Liberty Street. They got a Queen of Hearts every Monday. It's in the 16 grand range right now. If you're chasing money, like Wendy of Wendy and the Bobs does, you may roll over to Huntley, where the pot is like getting insane, $155,000, or McHenry, where they are up around like $2 million again. It's crazy. When it gets that high, yeah, it may be worth a little road trip just to take a shot. That's why the pot gets so high. Everybody feels that way. 8:11 here at WRMN. All right, let's take a quick look at this updated weather forecast as we head towards the weekend, the big weekend with Nightmare on Chicago Street. Saturday, our live broadcast begins at 5 here at WRMN. Should be a beautiful night, 71, the expected high Saturday. Right now, we're at 34 degrees and fair skies and calm winds. Today, sunshine in the forecast, a high approaching the mid-60s. Here in the Fox River Valley, clear skies right around 40 for the overnight low tonight. And then tomorrow we'll approach 70, officially 68 for your Friday forecast. More sunshine. Sunshine all through the weekend as the dryness continues. Hey, where's the water? They're asking if there are out in Carpentersville looking at the Fox River. Where'd all the water go? As they took out the dam there, or are still in the process of doing so, and it's drying up big time up in that area. I have a news story corresponding to that. I may not get to it today, but maybe we can talk about that a little bit tomorrow. 8:13 here at WRMN. Saturday, sunshine and 71 for Nightmare on Chicago Street, and Sunday, sunshine with a high of 74. It is 8:13 here at WRMN. Currently, we are sitting at 34 chilly degrees this morning and calm winds. Let's head to YouTube for a moment and salute a few of our great first shifters who have chimed in this morning and joined us on YouTube, Beehive Bar and Grill at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Please subscribe like Jonathan has this morning. JC. Jonathan Carpenter said, hello, how are you? I just subscribed. Thanks, JC. If you're a regular person, welcome in. Sometimes you never know. But Jonathan checked in on YouTube for the first time today, a couple of times back in the 6 a.m. hour. JP Car Shows, our friend John Polero, the Car Czar, is in this morning. He said, howdy, folks, at about 6:55 a.m. today. Welcome, JP. Thanks for listening every day. And thanks for being the Car Czar and putting on the great car shows in our area every summer. Dad and son do it all. That's Northwest Wes and Northwest Wesley Jr. II.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
Nightmare is coming to life. Yes, it's looking good. Better every day. Can't wait to see the updates on our trip this morning. And they've already made their trip, Northwest Wes and Northwest Wesley Jr. II. Junior II must be a costume party day going on at St. Mary's today. Hope you have a great day, Northwest Wes. Thanks for chiming in, for filling in the blanks for me sometimes, for correcting me, and for adding things that you'd like to see in our city. For instance, Northwest Wes would like to see an ice skating rink.
Whatever.
Hey, he's not the only one. But it's not looking too promising as the years pass by, and I don't see no rink yet. And I do see the Elgin Sports Complex expanding, and I do see some other projects getting done, but I don't see no ice rink yet. It must be secretly not in the works. 8:15 here at WRMN. All right, but thanks for checking in, Northwest Wes. We got the mayor checking in this morning. Hampshire Mayor Mike Reed says, good morning, first shifters in WRMN. I hope everyone has a great day. Hope you have a great day up in Hampshire. Say hi to Sue for us over at Newman's Corner Pub. And hi to some of our other friends that were making, like Jeannie Mayer at the Hampshire Chamber of Commerce. Road trip, Hampshire, coming soon. Maybe Saturday morning for the farmers market. Or, I don't think that's what they're calling it, but they're having a market up in Hampshire on Saturday. Daisy V checks in and says, there's talk of the White Sox moving to Nashville. I heard the rumors yesterday. 88-year-old Jerry Reinsdorf is now considering selling the White Sox. And a group headed up by Dave Stewart, former Major League pitcher, is maybe talking to Mr. Reinsdorf a little bit about that possibility. And Mr. Stewart is rumored to be interested in possibly moving the White Sox to Nashville. Wouldn't that be something? Would it be surprising? Maybe we can talk about that tomorrow morning during our sports portion of the show at Larry and Jake's. Our sports portion could be any time, you know, unless you call. 847-931-1410 tomorrow during the show. Chicago with one baseball team? I don't think the White Sox fans would flock to the north side to start supporting the Cubs. So what would they do? What would these South Side fans do? There are a lot of Cubs haters out there, and I don't see a lot of South Siders switching over just because that would be our only baseball team. But I certainly could see something happening in Nashville, you know? It wouldn't be a shock to me. Sox still playing at that ballpark, guaranteed rate field on the south side. Doesn't seem like they're getting a lot of traction on their hopes for a new stadium, so... And it's hard to get much traction or much attention when your record is 41-121. Worst record in baseball history. 8:18 here at WRMN, AM 1410, and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Thanks, Daisy V, for checking in. The Sox owner paid $20 million for the White Sox in 1981, and they're asking $2 billion. That's inflation, baby. That's more than just inflation. $20 million back in 1981 and $2 billion now. Hector checks in, sends a bunch of prayers to our prayer scoreboard this morning from Hector and the fam, of course. 15 prayers to our prayer scoreboard gives us 49 on the prayer scoreboard this week. I forgot to register No Nickname John's prayers, I think. It gives us 56. And CK, who says, good morning, Mark, and all the first shifters. Wishing you all a fantastic and safe Thursday. Stay safe so you're not called out. CK sent us 10 prayers to our prayer scoreboard, too. And Hector sent us 3 earlier this morning, along with 3 thumbs up. When the Soto fam originally checked in. Good morning, Mark and the first shifters from Hector, Ninny Rose, Jeremiah, Uncle Boom Boom. All in the house, raising the roof on this Thursday morning. Linda Carter checked in earlier this morning as well. And so did Becky Blue. Happy Thursday, first shifters. Have a beautiful day. Plenty of sunshine from me to you on behalf of Becky Blue. Sending at least 15 rays of sunshine to our imaginary sunshine scoreboard. 8:20 here at WRMN. Captain Keith checks in. Senior engineer, Elgin High, class of 1978, back when life was great and I was 8. Dennis D. Not So Young, saw him briefly last night over at the Dutch for a few minutes where they had some sort of crazy adult bingo game going on. Can't say much about that on the radio. But yes, they were giving away toys if you hit your bingo prize last night. I was there briefly. I made a cameo appearance at the Dutch last night for a short time to hang with a few of my friends, and Lorena was there, and the D Not So Youngs, and our friends Vicky and Rick, and a bar full of people. What does that say? 8:21 here at WRMN. All right, and the big boss man, he's been lingering around this morning. He's cleaning our coolers that have been in the kitchen since America's First Responders Fest, getting them ready for their next filling of beverages. Could happen soon. And the coolers have been holding water for us, waters that we had left over from America's First Responders Fest, and they've been in the kitchen. We've been using some of the waters to supply our fridge here, and we did have some extra waters this year, but Big Boss Man had the day off today, and so he's hanging with the ladies and cleaning out the coolers and doing things like that around here this morning. He also sent us a bunch of prayers to our prayer scoreboard. And now the prayer scoreboard's starting to look formidable. As we've hit 90 prayers on the prayer scoreboard, we'll send a good bunch of those prayers to our friend Jimmy Mack. More comments coming up as our staff meeting continues, probably on the backside of the 8:30 break. We're going to talk with Marcus Mack, I think, for a few minutes, and then we'll continue and finish up our staff meeting before our Kane County Speaks show next hour. Let's take a phone call at 847-931-1410 right now and see who's on the phones this morning. Good morning. Welcome to the first shift.
Hey, what's up, Marky B? Downtown Jose. Good morning, first shifters.
What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Nothing. I'm on break. Just wanted to see what you guys talking about on the radio show today, besides the Bears, Cubs, and White Sox.
On the show today, I had a few crime time stories. It's just me in here today, so I shared some information about Nightmare on Chicago Street and things like that.
Oh, that's on Saturday, right?
Yeah. You going to be free Saturday?
Yeah, I'll be free. I'm gonna try to go over there and see, because I remember last year I tried to go over there. Man, they had it barricaded.
Yeah.
You know, the WRMN. So I'm gonna just say, hey, I'm a special employee for WRMN. I need to get in and help Dino and Marky B.
We'll see if the special employee story works.
Yeah, it worked the first year I went.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were charging us. So, man, I'm not paying. So I say, hey, I wore my 720 WGN. I say, hey, I'm working with WRMN. All right, hurry up, go. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Got in and just enjoyed the people, really.
It's going to be a nice day Saturday.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be the best day of the week.
Yeah.
You know, so are you guys going?
Yeah, we're going to be down here doing a live broadcast and hanging out and being a part of the event.
I got to help out with the live broadcast. I'll just plug in plugins and stuff like that.
Yeah, plug some things in some plugs. Yeah.
Yeah, be part of the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, then, Mark. I just called to say hello, man, and hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Jose. Thanks for checking in, man.
Oh, yeah. All right. Love you, Susan. Bye.
All right, bye. Downtown Jose checking in this morning with us. He sent me a message on the Image 360 information line yesterday at 505-926-1410 saying that Anthony Catella, my 9 o'clock guest yesterday morning, who's running for Kane County Circuit Clerk.
Loser.
Can't say it now. I have a mental block against being able to say it correctly.
Loser.
Kane County Circuit Court Clerk. The first few times I was able to say it just fine. Anthony came in yesterday and I locked up. Kane County Circuit Court Clerk.
You're an idiot!
No, I'm not. I try. Well, maybe I am, but I still try. 825 here at WRMN, but Downtown Jose said that Anthony Catella sounds like Ronald Reagan. He does. I thought that the first time I ever heard Anthony speak. Kind of takes on that persona, too. He could make a good Ronald Reagan. He could make a good Abraham Lincoln. He really likes Abraham Lincoln. 825 here at WRMN. Just a couple of minutes before the bottom of the hour news break, we're sifting through some information. I have some first shift 411 I want to share with you, but let's take a phone call from Trusty Pat right quick. Good morning, Pat. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. I'm great. Hey, an easier way to say it is say clerk of the circuit court.
Clerk of the circuit court. Yeah. Good idea.
Yes. That's an easier way to say it. But
yes.
Yeah, it is a tongue twister, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But, anyway, and by the way, thanks for your vote for the new air conditioning heating system for the assessor's office, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Sure.
Yeah.
You guys had a good bid.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as I say, being the guy that kind of started that building, kind of designed the building, I had a lot invested in that building, so I could never do work while I was a trustee, of course, and so now that I'm not a trustee, I enjoy doing work over to the township office. It's a good place. So
yeah.
Anyway, got old systems are 20-some years old, so one by one they need to be replaced at times. But these heat pumps are the way to go. It's the new way of heating and air conditioning residences because you get ComEd rebates. So that's what's great.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Well, that's cool.
Thanks, and take care. And that clerk of the circuit courts, an easier way to say it.
Clerk of the circuit courts. Yeah. Thanks for untwisting my tongue.
Okay.
All right, Pat. Take care.
All right. Thanks.
Bye. All right, Trusty Pat checking in this morning. Clerk of the circuit courts. Clerk of the circuit courts. Kane County. Now I just have to remember to say it that way. 827 here at WRMN. All right, we have about 2.5 minutes, and we're going to hit this bottom of the hour news. Sometimes in this segment I play some music, but I have so much information I want to share today, so I better utilize it for info right now. First shift 411, the Pick 6 is available. Go to our website, WRMN1410.com, and make your picks this week. We have some sheets available in redemption if you can sneak your way in, like David Tease seems to do. You can make your picks and fill out a sheet. And last week's winner was Judy DeRay. It's the second time this year Judy DeRay has won. She was 6-0, and she came within 1 point of the final score in the game. She picked Buffalo 24 and the Jets 20, and the final was 23-20. And she also went 6-0, so that's about as perfect as you can get. Way to go, Judy. This week's games include Seattle at Atlanta at noon, along with Cincinnati at Cleveland. A couple of teams struggling, but the Bengals, I think, are better than their record. We have the Houston Texans and the Green Bay Packers. Texans 5-1, Green Bay 4-2. Detroit at Minnesota, one of the big games of the week right there. Might want to get Marcus Mack's thought on that in a couple of moments. Kansas City Chiefs undefeated still, but they got a tough one Sunday at San Francisco. That's the Fox game of the week at 3:25, rematch of the Super Bowl. And then Sunday night, the Jets and the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers and a new weapon, Davante Adams, has made his way to the Jets. Rodgers' former buddy in Green Bay. May not be much of a factor in his first game with the Jets, but he's on the Jets team now. Yeah, that's the Sunday night game, and then we are using one of the Monday night games. There's 2 games on Monday night, and we have Baltimore Ravens against Tampa Bay. They're 4-2. Both of those teams are, but the Ravens, to me, are cream of the crop in the AFC. That's a 7:15 game on Monday night. That's the tiebreaker. You pick the game, and you pick the score of that game. Pick 6 at WRMN1410.com. Marcus Mack's been good in the pick 6 so far. He won 1 week. He's on hold right now. We're going to get to Marcus in just a few minutes after the bottom of the hour news. I have a couple of more announcements I want to make. I guess I'll have to make it on the backside. There's a fundraiser going on at Culver's on Monday on McLean that I want to tell you about. And I also want to tell you about some changes in our weekend programming. So stay tuned for that after the 8:30 break. We're coming up on that right now. It's 8:30. Let's check the news, and then we'll check in with Marcus Mack and talk sports for a couple of moments right here on the First Shift. Good morning.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Linzess. The Elgin Police Department gearing up for an unforgettable Halloween event scheduled for October 22nd at the police station from 5 to 7 p.m. The celebration promising a self-guided continuous trick-or-treat tour with no need for tickets or registration. Contact the Elgin Police Department for further information. The Kane County Board approving a new economic development strategy plan to transform its economic future. The strategy includes launching the county's inaugural Economic Development Corporation, a public-private partnership targeting county-wide economic coordination. Rich Croman, a dedicated volunteer from the Kane County Office of Emergency Management and a FEMA reservist, has been deployed to North Carolina to aid in relief efforts following Hurricane Helene. With 14 years of experience, Croman is currently involved in Asheville, North Carolina, providing vital search and rescue operations and medical support at local shelters. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? Because I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
Not sure how much you know about Progressive Insurance. You may know us for insuring your home and auto. You may know a couple of our commercials. But what you may not know is that since 2013, Progressive has been honoring veterans with vehicle donations through the annual Keys to Progress Veteran Vehicle Giveaway Program, giving back to those who gave so much. Now, you probably didn't wake up today saying, I really wish I knew more about Progressive Insurance, but this seemed like the type of thing people wouldn't mind hearing about. Find out more about how we're dedicated to our customers and communities at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Bye week for the 4-2 Bears. Next up, a road game at Washington a week from this Sunday. Chicago 0-2 away from home this season. They're feeling confident riding a 3-game winning streak. The NFL has decided to change the game time. It'll be a 3:25 Central kickoff, switched from a noon Central start. On the ice tonight, the 1-2-1 Blackhawks play their first home game of the season. They take on the 0-1-2 San Jose Sharks. Big clash for number 22 Illinois football this Saturday. The 5-1 Illini are home against 4-2 Michigan. The Wolverines ranked number 24. Elsewhere, number 16 Indiana puts their 6-0 mark on the line at home against 5-1 Nebraska. Number 12 Notre Dame 5-1 visits 5-2 Georgia Tech. Tomorrow night 1-5 Purdue home against 6-0 Oregon. The Ducks ranked number 2.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. That's why our Lowe's Red Vest associates can help with game time decisions. Plus, use in-store mode on the Lowe's app to find what you need. Under pressure at home and want it soon? Order online by 2 p.m. to get it same day. Same day valid on eligible in-stock items and select zip codes only, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states.
8:34 on this Thursday morning. We're headed for the weekend. Weekend means sports. This time of the year, the weekend sports means the National Football League. I talked about the Pick Six a little bit right going into the 8:30 break. And we're going to talk football again for a moment, as we're joined now by our sports director, Marcus Mack, who has a sports show every Saturday morning from 10 until noon. He breaks down all the NFL games and does more on his show every Saturday as a part of our Fox River Valley Sports Network. Good morning, Marcus. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Marky B?
Oh, man, just looking forward to the weekend. You doing okay?
Oh, not too bad at all. Same here. Looking forward to relaxing weekend. Bears are off this week, so I guess I get a break from my football obsession, but still got playoff baseball going on. We got the Hawks. They got their season going, and the Bulls are ramping up in preseason along with some college football to top us off on Saturday.
Yeah, and with the Bears, they have the bye week, which kind of lines up perfectly for their next opponent as they take on the Washington Commanders a week from Sunday. And Fox thinks enough of the game to put it primetime at 3:25 in the afternoon a week from Sunday, showing the growing appreciation for both the Bears and the Commanders and their rookie quarterbacks, right?
Yes, they had 1 and 2 squaring off each other in this year's draft, respectively. Caleb going number 1 in the draft and Jaden Daniels going number 2. And both have been playing very well. It's actually a rarity that happens where you get two quarterbacks fresh out of college leading their teams and have winning records and getting the opportunity to square off in the beginning of their career. So a lot of excitement. I expect a ton of fireworks. The Bears are coming, obviously, off that bye week. They should be more than prepared for the Commanders, and this will not be an easy game. The Commanders only have 2 losses, just like the Bears currently. They'll play again this week, so we'll see where they stand when they face the Bears the following week. But this is going to be a great test for the offense and the defense of the Chicago Bears, and we'll get to kind of see what they look like against a complete team.
Yeah. The NFC North so far is 17-5 between the 4 teams. Minnesota's 5-0, Detroit 4-1, and then the Bears and Green Bay are both 4-2. One team, at least from the NFC North, is going to lose this week because Detroit plays Minnesota. That's one of the big clashes, maybe the biggest game in the NFL this weekend.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. A winner-take-all in the NFC North kind of feel. But the crazy part about the NFL season is still early. We haven't even hit the halfway point. And so I love that you're already starting to get these thrilling matches, and especially coming in the NFC North, where if you remember a few years back, every team was in disarray, and now we're looking like a possibility 3 teams could come out of there for the playoffs, and a possibility 1 team definitely representing in the Super Bowl potentially.
No doubt. Speaking of Super Bowl, there's a rematch going on Sunday. Kansas City at San Francisco. Chiefs 5-0 so far, but they're fragile, I think, to a certain degree. San Francisco is at home. Could this be the first Chiefs loss on Sunday?
That's the thing about the 49ers. They have this incredible ability to play down to their opponents, and then when they finally face a big dog, they rise up to the occasion. Frisco's finally starting to get themselves back from a lot of people coming back from injury, so they're starting to get healthy again. Being at home, definitely tough to beat Frisco. Definitely tough to beat any team when they're at home. And the Chiefs, even though they're 5-0, it hasn't been pretty.
No.
There's been some games they barely pulled out. Mahomes has had an okay season, but not a great season so far. And this could be one of those games where you think, oh, yeah, the Chiefs should come in and dominate, but the 49ers are a good, scrappy team. So I'm actually looking for the 49ers to pull this one out.
I think that might be too. So that's the 3:25 game on Fox this week. So the Pick Six available at WRMN1410.com if you want to make your picks for a chance to win a Rookies $25 gift card. You can use it at Village Squire or Alexander's Cafe or Old Republic here in Elgin as well. Baseball is still in playoff time, Marcus. I just haven't had much interest in it since the regular season ended and the Cubs didn't make it. But as I just paid attention for the first time in a few days today, I see that we could be on the way to possibly having a Dodgers-Yankees World Series this year.
Yes, it's lining up right now. Dodgers lead the series 2-1. The Yankees have a commanding lead over the Guardians, a 2-0. Both teams play today. We're looking at Yankees at 4:08 TBS and the Dodgers 7:08 on FS1. And I was calling for that when the playoffs first started. I said that's what I would have loved to have seen, and it seems like it's definitely headed that way. And if it is a Dodgers-Yankees, I think a lot of people will be tuning in watching that matchup because you're going to have some of the biggest stars in the MLB on display, and I expect it to be one thrilling series if it does happen. If it does.
Yeah, it's happened a few times over history, but those are certainly not two of my favorite teams. But one other thing to mention in baseball before we let you go is the rumor that was coming out yesterday about Jerry Reinsdorf, the 88-year-old Chicago White Sox owner, who might finally be interested in selling or at least taking offers for the White Sox. Does this lend itself to the possibility the Sox might move to Nashville at some point?
I think the old man likes attention. And I definitely know that he loves money.
Yeah.
And I don't see him moving that team because it's first off selling because it's a cash cow. And secondly, it just seems to always just kind of be his little games he likes to play when he's trying to get something, and we know he wants a new stadium. If he did sell, I would see no reason why you would leave this to go to a smaller market. And not only that, I think the White Sox would actually start winning if he sold. So
yeah.
That's why I laugh when I hear it, because I got to believe it when I see it. I've been calling for this privately for the last decade, and if it's now starting to become a public thing, oh, man, I'm ready to jump all on board for that. Sell.
Well, he's 88. I mean, he's not going to be around a whole lot longer. So we'll see what happens with the White Sox. But Saturday morning on the WRMN, it's a Fox River Valley Sports Network, and it's building up with 4 big hours of sports programming. Right, Marcus?
Yes, sir. We got On the Rise from 8 to 10, and then the Truth About Chicago Sports from 10 to 12. It's going to be a fun-packed Saturday show, and I'm looking forward to it, buddy.
Well, thanks for joining me this morning, Marcus. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. You have a great day, Marky.
You too. Take care. Marcus Mack joining us here on WRMN. Saturday mornings, his show starts at 10, The Truth About Chicago Sports. And we're trying to build up the sports department a little bit, and a little bit at a time. Some high school football broadcasts for the first time in a long time. We'll see what happens with basketball moving forward. Speaking of high school football, South Elgin is at Elgin Friday night, tomorrow night. Thought about maybe going to that game tomorrow night at Memorial Field. South Elgin at Elgin. It could be competitive. South Elgin is down, and Elgin is, well, we don't know. Elgin has its moments, let's put it that way. 8:41 here at WRMN. All right, well, let's see what else is happening here this morning. 2 announcements I wanted to get to. And then we'll finish up the news and the staff meeting here in this hour of the show. Brian Anderson, next hour, he's on his way in. He'll have Kane County Speaks here shortly. Lance Bell, one of his guests this morning, and the early voting takes place. It has started, but it becomes a little more prevalent and widespread starting next Monday. Election Day, November the 5th. We'll talk a little bit about why it's important to vote, of course. We hammer that in to your heads all the time, but we'll see if it resonates and some people get out. I think they will, because obviously we have a presidential election, I hear, this time around. 8:42 here at WRMN. I was at a senior lunch for a few minutes the other day down the street at Senior Services, and Trish Derringer, who has done a lot in this community for a long time, big part of the American Legion, and she's in the Elgin United Civics Association and does a lot. And she said, can you promote something that we have going on next Monday over at Culver's? And I said, sure. And we've been wanting to hook up with the folks over at Culver's anyway. I saw them, Katie and Ross, over at Westside Freddy's event, A Wing and a Praise, and so we're trying to take the next step in our station's relationship with Culver's moving forward. So I'm going to see if maybe I can arrange something in the next 24 hours as far as an interview goes. But if not, because it is short notice, I at least want to spread the word about what's going on Monday. St. John's Lutheran Church of Elgin is coming together with Culver's, located on McLean Boulevard, and conducting a fundraiser to support Elgin Senior Services Giving Tree Project, the Giving Tree Project. I'm trying to read Trisha's very good handwriting, but it's in her own style, so I have to learn to read her handwriting. She was a handwritten public service announcement she wrote for me. It's Elgin Senior Services Giving Tree Project. And the lunch is taking place, or the event is taking place all day at Culver's, I believe, on Monday. This coming Monday, October the 21st. All proceeds will go to this project. The Giving Tree Project provides Christmas gifts for needy seniors in the Elgin and South Elgin area. So come enjoy a meal and support this worthwhile cause. And I guess when you spend money at Culver's next Monday, the Culver's at McLean Boulevard near Big Timber, the money will go to the Giving Tree Project. And the Giving Tree Project gives gifts to seniors who are in need. And they need some support, they need some companionship, they need a little love come Christmas time. And a gift shows that people care. So go support Culver's if you can next Monday. Have a meal there. Your money's going to go to a good cause. We'll see if we can get an interview arranged for that before the event on Monday. But still, know that information. It's St. John's Lutheran Church in conjunction with Culver's in Elgin on the west side on McLean at Big Timber next Monday. 8:45 here at WRMN. All right. Well, that brings me to a couple of programming notes. I've been kind of stashing this one a little bit, but I hesitate to promote things until I know they're really going to happen, which is probably a good idea, right? But it looks like this is going to happen. I had to get all these contracts and make sure we were good to go with being able to pick up these programs and things like that. It looks like we will be good to go for this weekend for a few new programs here on WRMN. So let's call it a soft opening. Once it happens, we'll start to pump it big time here on the station. But a few programs we've picked up, a couple from the Talk Media Network. We're in the process of replacing some of our national political shows that we've had on the air for the last several years. And we want to go with just more lifestyle programs. Programs about, life, things you can do at your house, fix-it-up projects, things of that nature. Good weekend radio shows. So we're taking it one step at a time here. And it all starts on Saturday morning. We have the sports theme on Saturday mornings here at WRMN from 8 until noon. At 7 o'clock for a little while, we had Las Mananitas. And recently, we've just been running Friday afternoon replays on Saturday morning in the 7 o'clock hour. But this Saturday morning, we're going to debut a new show from the Talk Media Network called American Outdoors. I guess they'll talk about hunting and fishing and outdoor life and places to travel and things of that nature. So, American Outdoors. Give it a listen if you get a chance. Saturday morning in the 7 o'clock hour leading into sports. That's why I thought that maybe that goes with the theme of our Saturday mornings. American Outdoors this Saturday morning at 7. We're going to introduce a new local program called The Jeff Michaels Show. Jeff is going to talk about politics. He does lean conservative, and he has been on once with Sonar, and I believe he's going to be on with Sonar again tomorrow night in the 5 o'clock hour on A Political Talk Show. That's Jeff Michaels, and his debut, he's going to have a 1-hour show to start with, and his debut will be this Saturday from 1 until 2. The Jeff Michaels Show, after the Chief Guard of the Republic from noon until 1 with Michael Tooman. They both are locally produced radio programs. And Jeff makes his debut on Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So we switch our sports theme into a bit of a political theme and a more of a different local theme from noon until 2. That means that our Rich on Tech show, which we really like, is not going anywhere as far as leaving the station, but we're just moving it back 1 hour. Rich on Tech, starting Saturday, will be on the air from 2 until 5 instead of 1 until 4. Lots of great tech talk, news on how to use your cell phones, the latest technological information. Rich on Tech, 2 to 5 on Saturdays, starting this Saturday. Now, this Saturday night, we're going to have Nightmare on Chicago Street coverage beginning at 5. That's when some of the gates start to open for the VIP people on Saturday night, and that's when we're going to start our coverage. So this Saturday night, the programming will be Nightmare on Chicago Street, pretty much from 5 until 11. And then at 11 o'clock, Branson Country USA, which has kind of floated back and forth in different hours over the years here on the station. We're going to start to go with more of a music theme on Saturday nights. Branson Country USA will be on the air at 11 o'clock on Saturday nights, as we hope to go with 5 straight hours of music starting a week from Saturday. We'll have Quartz CD Showcase from 7 until 9, locally produced music show. And then we're going to pick up a show called Pure American Country. And it'll focus on classic country tunes. The stuff you like, I think, from like Merle Haggard and George Jones and Johnny Cash and great country artists of the 60s and 70s. And so that's Pure American Country starting a week from Saturday. Now, this Saturday night, we're going to have Nightmare on Chicago Street coverage. And then on Sundays, a couple of new shows should start this weekend at noon. As we go into kind of a health phase of our day, we have Dr. Bob Martin on the air for a long time now. We'll continue to have Dr. Bob from 1 until 4. Does a nice job every Sunday afternoon with his show. But the noon hour has been kind of in flux for a little while after our Sunday morning religious programming. And starting on Sunday, we're going to have a show called Harmony with Food, featuring Meg Marie O'Rourke. That's Sunday noon to 1. It is a network program, and Meg will focus on healthy eating and a healthy diet and things of that nature, I do believe. Harmony with Food, Sundays at noon. Sunday nights from 7 until 9. Lately, we've been replaying the Paul Parent Garden Show. But this Sunday night, we're going to start with an entertainment block on Sunday nights. And it will begin with Movies and More from 7 until 8 on Sunday night, reviewing movies and talking about entertainment and things of that nature. That'll be from 7 until 8 on Sunday nights. And from 8 until 9, a comedy hour. A guy by the name of Darren Streblow puts together a show. He uses bits from different comedy acts and mixes them all in on his show. And we're going to try that show out on Sunday nights from 8 until 9. So Movies and More from 7 until 8. Darren Streblow Comedy Hour from 8 until 9. For now, we will stick with Bill Cunningham from 9 until midnight. But we're considering different options on that. If you have any suggestions, send me an email, mark@WRMN1410.com. That's mark@WRMN1410.com. We're trying to localize more on the weekends, and when we're not local, we're trying to add some different types of programs that you'll enjoy. As we get past the election and maybe past some of this stale political talk, 8:52. Here at WRMN. Brian Anderson's here. He tried to get in, but the door over here is locked. I think the ladies may have let him in on the other side, so hopefully they did. And he'll have his guests coming in just a few minutes, or maybe they're on the phone. We'll find out. But Brian's got Kane County Speaks coming up from 9 until 10. I want to let you know that we will be stopping this YouTube feed at the top of the hour and starting up a new YouTube feed for Kane County Speaks next hour. Brian likes to use his show to show on his website, I think, or to show some of his other people that he's involved with. And so we want to separate the program. So Kane County Speaks will have its own stream starting at about 9:05 on YouTube again. Keep that in mind. So if you want to listen to the show on YouTube or watch it next hour, you'll have to shut down, or we'll shut you down at 9 and restart at just a couple of minutes after that. 8:53 here at WRMN. All right, I got about 5 minutes to finish my staff meeting, so let's go back to YouTube and get the final comments from you this morning. Thanks, everybody, for chiming into the Beehive Bar and Grill this morning and letting us know what's on your mind. First Shift Sherry checked in a while back at 7:27. She, of course, from the Elgin Public Museum and so much more. She says it is a good, crisp fall morning, and the first shift is going to be marvelous. And then she's going to enjoy a marvelous afternoon of weather, and as she walks home from the Elgin Public Museum today. First Shift Sherry, an Elginite through and through, loves the city and plays a big role in a lot of local activities. Trusty Pat checked in this morning, and he says hello to Jimmy Mack, our friend that we saluted. He's going through some health developments, but hopefully he's on the rebound now, thanks to the update from Peggy Isgrandy. Hello to Jimmy Mack. He is a great guy, says Trusty Pat. He also sent me a song that he'd love for me to play, and I actually have it queued up, so maybe we can take it into the 9 o'clock top of the hour break if we have any time to play music here in the next 3.5 minutes. We have GJ Frisco checking in for the first time this morning. GJ says, do you like your Jeep? Yes, I do very much, GJ. Thanks for asking. It's been very versatile. It's a little Jeep truck, so I can have a convertible when I want one. I can have a truck when I want one, and it does a good job serving several purposes at the same time. Thanks to our friends from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, James Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Hampshire, for providing me with that Jeep a couple of years ago, and I bought it there, and also for being a supporter of America's First Responders Fest and Back the Blues since its beginning. James Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Hampshire. The Sultan of South Elgin checked in. He says, I'm sitting at Wicked Wrench for a little work on the Toyota this morning. Jamie over at Wicked Wrench, she's South Elgin. Chris, the Sultan of South Elgin, says the Wicked Wrench team says hello to all first shifters today. We got to get Jamie involved again with this radio station at some point. She used to have a show on the station a while back. The female-owned Wicked Wrench over in South Elgin. And Jamie, of course, also has a show on Netflix that she's a part of. She's famous in her own way. All right, we got to have Jamie back on the show at some point. She's been on the show before. Wonderful, wonderful Wilma Cash checks in and says, hi, Marky B in our first shift. Have another blessed day. Enjoy the sunny day. Wilma sends us a prayer and many emojis. She is the emoji queen of the show. And she sends us our 91st prayer to the prayer scoreboard. You have a blessed day too. Wonderful, wonderful Wilma Cash. And thanks for checking in. Kimmy D checks in, says, good morning, Marky B and all the first shifters. Bingo was a blast last night. Yes, bingo over at the Dutch Inn. I made a cameo appearance, but I didn't stay long. I had to get some rest. Kimmy D sends about 8 prayers to our prayer scoreboard this morning. And 99 is our total this morning. And we finish on YouTube by saying good morning to Terry S., who checks in. Terry says, thank you for keeping Rich on Tech. It's the only show I listened to over the weekend. He's really awesome. Well, maybe with the new lineup, you'll start to try out a few of our other shows. Terry S., Rich on Tech on 1 to 4 for a long time here on WRMN. We're going to shift him back 1 hour. He'll be on from 2 until 5. Thanks for chiming in this morning on the Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410. And thanks for calling this morning as well. We are within the final minute before we take our top of the hour break. Lance Bell is here. I think he's going to physically join us in studio this morning. Obviously he is. With Brian Anderson coming up in just a few moments. I'm going to shut down this YouTube feed and start up another one in about 4 or 5 minutes. So please rejoin as Kane County Speaks comes your way next, followed by Out to Lunch with Matt, who is going to have Dan Simmons right at the start of his show this morning, I do believe. So let's listen into Matt's show this morning, Out to Lunch, which starts at 10. It's 8:59 right here on the First Shift. Good morning.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been